Hello, and welcome back. We should be live. Today we will be doing the very last coin stream for this campaign. There is no weekend after this. The campaign is ending halfway through the week, so this is the last possible weekend we can all enjoy grinding some coin. So, without further ado, let us go ahead and enjoy this really sad music. As we begin our coin grind, before we begin, let us review how much items we are starting off with. I almost forget that every single time. So, we are beginning with 70 million coin, and we are 21 drinks full and 3 majors full. I'm probably not going to use any of the majors, but the drinks I'm predicting I'm going to be using about 17 and making 24 million after this, so gonna be very few left over after this. Yo, Azinu, welcome. I was just reviewing our items. We have 21 full drinks left over, and we are starting with 70 million coin. Without further ado, we shall begin the grind. Yo, Edwin, nice to see you too. Oh wait, my team hasn't switched yet. There you go. I was doing dungeons before this. Alright, let's do this. But yeah, welcome back, Zenu, Edwin, and of course Prisma. So hopefully this will be the last super stressful coin campaign for me. It wasn't that stressful, honestly. I've optimized my setup so much that playing with Kurugane in these quests is so zero effort that I actually need something else to do, otherwise I'd fall asleep. Yo, Jim, Apostolitis. I'll just call you Jim from now on, but good to see you. I think you're brand new here. If not, sorry, I might have forgotten you, but I'm pretty sure you're brand new here. Welcome. We are just going to be doing a coin stream. This is the very last day you can do this coin stream for this coin campaign. Again, I will reiterate that. The campaign is ending halfway through the week, which means this makes today, ending in a few hours from now. Well, not a few hours, but a number of hours from now. The last possible time you can enjoy half stamina quest initiation for the coin quest. That is the extreme. I'm speaking weirdly again because I didn't prepare a script, but you get my idea. Just do the quest if you're not doing it right now. If you haven't done it, especially. Right, the quest is easy enough for me with Kurugane, but I actually did kind of have an annoying time throughout the week, because even though I was grinding only on weekends on stream, every other day I was also grinding for souls. With that said, I have skilled up most of my units now, just a few units left over, but for the most they're all skilled up, which means I'll never have to do that miserable grind of every single day of the week again. Until they release another coin campaign that's throughout the week, of course. Very fun, very fun.
I have a contact.
So the reason why this stream was scheduled a bit later was one of my discussion buddies from our what's it called, discussion streams for talking about new units and kits and all of that. He couldn't make most of my previous streams because he had a commitment that happens around the same time for Final Fantasy XIV. So this is kind of doing him a favor, which is also admission of I'm gonna be annoyed if he doesn't show up. But yeah, hopefully Irby shows up.
やったよな後輩。俺とお前は最高のパートナーだよ。
Irby takes rating seriously? Yeah, he has a static that he has to commit to every week. In fact, it's made him almost like... From my impression I got from him directly as well as Zalgist indirectly, it seems like he actually almost started disliking the game and feeling exhausted by it, like as if it was short, simply because the experience of progging, which is progressing through, a raid or whatever it is, without actually like knowing the solution before you start. So like figuring out on the way and dying multiple times, that's what it means to prog. It was quite exhausting for him, and he's on his last set right now, the Pandemonium Raid Savage, fourth one. Or is it the third one? I forget which, but it's the last one of the set, and he's already, his entire static, which is, the group of people that he stays with while practicing, that's what it means to be a static, to statically stay. They decided to give up on doing it blind, and they just looked up a guide to do it. So hopefully it's getting more straightforward for them. Yo, wow, welcome back. But yeah, Irby is definitely quite serious when he plays Final Fantasy XIV, not just with raids, but he's really like milking it for every last drop of content, including like playing the extra old expansion content for the glamours and the cosmetics and all that. But yeah, just summarizing here to everyone, but Prism in particular, that Irby is really addicted to Final Fantasy XIV, almost to a fault. And for his consideration, I've moved the stream 2 hours later than usually it is. Although I'm actually considering to change up my usual stream time because, as I mentioned before, I've only done 3 p.m. EST because my discussions began there, but I have a feeling it's not really going to be on that period anymore from here on out. The last discussion we did was also not in that period of time. Someone has to complete the raid first. Yeah, I mean, they're doing it all blind. Is a static, so it's not like they were just queuing with people who did complete it before. It was just people they knew and could practice with. I like Final Fantasy 7 references from Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14, as well as every other Final Fantasy game, love to reference other Final Fantasy games. Most of them are lost on me, so when I see them in other games, even when they're originals, like, oh wait, that's from that one game, even though it's just in reverse, it was referencing that game from as just a cheeky bonus. Like, for example, most of the bosses I've seen in Final Fantasy XIV that are references, I've seen first in Final Fantasy 1 as a reference. Sorry to put everyone who doesn't play Final Fantasy or engage with the series at a loss here. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm considering maybe changing up my stream time. Does anyone have any, like, suggestions? I would put up another poll if I could. Maybe I should put up that poll instead. Well, it's only there's 4 options anyways. But for those that are, present right now, if you did have a preferred stream time for me, and it wasn't already 3 p.m. EST, or I guess even if it was, could you tell me what you would prefer what time I would be streaming at? Please provide the time in Eastern Standard Time because, like, I'm not good at conversion every other time zone. Gunbreaker class stance you're doing is Squall Stance from Dissidia Final Fantasy. Isn't Dissidia like a kind of a spin-off game where you actually do like a non-turn-based combat? I think it's something like that. Only played Final Fantasy 13. I see. I think I've seen some footage of that maybe. Is that the one where they're in cars, or is that Final Fantasy 15? I don't know. Gunbreaker class means you're Squall Heart. So that's where the entire class comes from, huh? It did seem like a peculiarly different class to me, in terms of, everyone knows red mages or white mages or black mages, and, Paladin and Dark Knight are common enough classes, but Gunbreaker is like, where is this coming from? Out of nowhere. But apparently not. I know all Final Fantasy names, Ubu. That is something you should be proud of among other Final Fantasy fans. Which I guess I kind of count as one since I played Final Fantasy 14. I mean, I haven't lately, but yeah, good on you. Meanwhile, I can barely remember the names of the main characters that took place in the first base game of Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn. But yeah, if any of you have like a different preferred time for my streams, let me know. I'm considering changing my usual stream times. If not, I'll probably just continue doing 3 p.m. usually, despite it not matching discussions anymore. There's a new expansion, or not expansion, there's a new update coming to Final Fantasy 14. I'm kind of like in between if I should resub or not. I'm probably not going to resub, but feels a bit of a shame to miss out on content while it's fresh. But Final Fantasy always has tech plus magic equals magic tech, but new games have magic in smartphones. I didn't realize magic tech was a common thing across Final Fantasy games, or at least the term, but you know, I've always seen magic and technology in Final Fantasy games, just never the term magic tech. Compare the Final Fantasy 14 music to the previous Final Fantasy music. If I were to compare them, I mean, they have so much music that it ranges from like mediocre to good to amazing to kind of forgettable. It's like not really something you can pin on it anymore because it's kind of tasked with the situation as an MMO to create music for every situation, because that's what it is. It's like you're playing a story with multiple situations. Of course, there's recurring music and iconic music as a result of that, but like overall as a whole, looking at their full catalog, I can't really say if it's good or bad. There's just too much music at that point for me to give it a single qualifier. The new times are a bit late for me. I would need to stay up a bit for it. Okay. Sorry for that. This will probably... I'll keep that in mind. This will probably be the last time I'll do it this late then. I just remember Irby mentioning he'd prefer it late, but I know that he can also do it early, since when we did our discussion streams at a different time, it was also like 4 hours earlier than usual. So if that works for you, maybe we can just move it earlier instead. Just me saying that makes me like get shivers, so I'm like, god damn, that means I actually have to set an alarm and everything. The nice things about setting it for 3 p.m. is obviously I don't need to worry about waking up on time or whatever. But if it's even as early as like fucking 11 a.m., like I don't trust myself. I'm a pretty lousy sleeper, so I would have to set an alarm then even if it's that late. Matoya's Cave in Heaven's Ward from the OST is different from Final Fantasy 1's OST of Matoya's Cave. Oh, you mean, are you asking me to compare the renditions? If you're asking about renditions, then yeah, I mean that one in Matoya's Cave in 14, that was like a very gentle kind of harp and string instrument, whereas it was kind of like a loud popish theme to it in the very first game, at least in a remake of it. What works for you? I still watch it. Aw, Prisma, you're the best. Don't tell Joe. But yeah, in terms of the music, the renditions are obviously amazing because they're new music, right? They have new. I wouldn't even say it's new technology. It's just I don't know. They're tasked with making music renditions that you know, are supposed to be heard for multiple times, because in an MMO you're supposed to be grinding it multiple times. So you'll end up hearing the same songs over and over again, despite the large catalog. Like even more so than in like your traditional like JRPG, because in a JRPG you complete it, and in an MMO there's not really a completion. You just wait for the next update. And as a result, it has more listenability over the long term. I'd say the Final Fantasy based music. Maybe not quite as iconic because it's withheld in some ways, but because of its design to have like, you know, ease on the ears over long periods of time, I'd say like it's more worth putting on the playlist as a result. The buffering always interrupts the moment. Oh no, is there buffering? That'd be rude. I don't see any interruptions on my side, but who knows? Who knows indeed. There's a Near Automata raid in Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, that's the one with QB, right? I think RB dislikes that one for like the story reasons, not being interesting or something. I mean, you know, I disliked it for that reason too, but I would say I liked it overall because I actually liked the gameplay of the raids and the style of it. I think RB disliked the style of it though. He said it was like too weight in playing, but I thought it was a cool thing.
I have control.
Speaking of iconic, repetitive, or meant to be listened multiple times music, quite the surprise that we're listening to both Words Have Wings and Indigo Rain so early in the stream. JRPG with turn-based battle system needs banger fight songs like Housamo too. Yeah, they do, because, well, you know, for a lot of those battles, they're gonna be one time, right? You beat them, there's no rebeating them in JRPGs. And if there is, then there's gonna be like a second form where they're even stronger, and then you need new music at that point. So, it needs to stick with you, making an impression the first time you listen to it. Which might come at the cost of, you know, repeatability in terms of your tolerance to listening to something so energetic. Because music can exhaust you depending on like its volume levels and its instrument choice and all that, and how like often it or how much it upkeeps that energy. With Final Fantasy XIV, they definitely reduced the amount of like iconicness and instant memorability the first time you hear it. But that's because the music again is designed to be listened to over and over again. So, you know, pick your poison there. Or like Persona games. That is a series that I really have been neglecting too long. I really should check it out one time. The music composers from Nier Automata, Keiichi Okabe and Kos. And you guys know your composers. The only composers I know is like Lady Gaga and Sergei Prokofiev, and that's it. I don't know. Like every other set of music I like, I mean I like it, but I probably won't remember their composer. Keiichi's OST reminds me of Nobuo Uematsu's one from Final Fantasy 1 to 14. Oh, you're comparing the OST from the raid itself? Yeah, I really did like the music from back then too, in the Nier Automata raid. It was and it strikingly, I thought it fit very well with Final Fantasy XIV's theme anyways. Maybe not the rest of Final Fantasies, but it definitely had that, you know, kind of orchestration along with a pop mixture into it, and oftentimes some sort of a lady singing in some language you don't understand, or it's English but you still don't understand it.
やったよな後輩。俺とお前は最高のパートナーだよ。
If you have time, Persona games are long, but you could strategize with their system. I suppose it's just one of those games where like, what's it called? I think it's specifically because of the genre of being turn-based that I never really picked it up. I say as I play Housamo, the turn-based game. Housamo, again, I mentioned this in a few other streams, is kind of the exception when it comes to me in turn-based games. I generally don't like them, but this one really stuck with me. Like, I don't know, I just really suck at turn-based strategy games for the most, ironically enough. despite people listening to me for discussions on, you know, the new content of this game. Like if it's chess, I'm like ass at that. If it's Fire Emblem, I like keep on getting my units killed and making suboptimal decisions and don't really understand the best choices or the enemy AI. I tried picking it up one time, and it was Fire Emblem If, and it was like the story wasn't not as good as I thought it would be. The music was pretty cool, but it was one of the few games I never finished. And then there's the Pokemon series, which I just thought was kind of, I don't know, I could never play competitively, not that I wanted to. I just like beat the game and then I never touched it after that because I didn't think it was particularly engaging. And Nobuo Uematsu composed the Keiichi Okabe from the music called Kaine. It's the music compared with the original Kaine from 2010 Nier and Nier Automata. Wow, that is quite the history lesson that I have no context behind. You need a new demon team, each per level, and 4 boss fights. Well, I do like team mixtures in Housamo anyways. Who knows, maybe I'm better at turn-based games, but historically anyways, before Housamo, I have always been ass at the game, or I just disliked it, or a mixture of both. And the vocals who sings, it is Emmy Evans. Yeah, the vocals in the raids were quite nice. You know shit's about to go down when they decide to use vocals in their music in Final Fantasy XIV. There's like the standard background music, and then there's the music with the vocals. And then that sounds like super epic after that. Generally anyways. I'm more of an action JRPG person, like Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy 13 was my first technical turn-based game, but Persona 5 was the one I liked. Yeah, maybe I'm overgeneralizing turn-based games in terms of if I like them or not. Because like Housamo definitively proved me wrong that, you know, I would never be able to get into it, or I would like it, or would find it fun. But yeah, chess, I was asked at Fire Emblem. I was not really playing optimally, and then I kind of stopped playing after Pokemon. I didn't really like the mechanics of that game. I feel like there's more other turn-based games I played as well that didn't really click with me. There were some few DS games that I played, like there was this game where you like draw magic symbols on the screen on a turn-based game, and that game was like occasionally fun and kind of hard, but also I don't know, the stat focus was kind of annoying, and also I just kept on like bundling up on potions, and it was kind of annoying grinding for that. So I didn't like the experience behind, like outside of turn-based games as well, you know, the grinding aspect as well as the item collection aspect, and yeah. Besides that, I've also played, what's it called? What is that card game? In university, a friend tried to get me into Card Battle Vanguard, or whatever it's called, something like that, Card Game Vanguard, and it was like, oh my gosh, the rules. I mean, it seems straightforward, but I still kept on forgetting them, and I was just focused on trying to remember the rules, and I couldn't figure it out. It's just, there's also kind of a high entrance fee when it comes to picking up turn-based games in terms of, especially if it's like in a competitive nature. If you don't know the rules and you're trying to figure it out, everyone's just gonna play circles around you, and that's like more disincentive to pick it up. Like at least with you know, other games like shooters or whatever, you could just chalk it up to difference in reaction times. But in strategy games, it's like you spend all your time thinking as a newbie, and then you pick a move, and then it ends up being suboptimal. So it feels like, you know, a bit of a wasted effort put into that. The other musics are from Nier Automata OST when you go to a different boss in the Nier raid. think I remember something like that. The Angel Goliath boss battle plays Bipolar Nightmare. I don't know song names, so I'm like, yeah, that one. No, I can't say that. My tolerance for grinding has dropped 60 to 80 hours, enough per game. Yeah, grinding is not fun. Generally speaking, games have gotten a lot better in terms of making you not need grinding anymore, as I grind on Housamo. But like, you know, it's optional to grind in Housamo. You make your fun out of you want, and of course you can also just do pay to win for Housamo. Well, pay to get your favorite character, not really to win. Fighting 9S plays Weight of the World on the Prelude version of Final Fantasy 14 OST. I don't remember the boss's names either, so I wouldn't be able to say, yeah, that's nice. If you describe the mechanics, I would probably remember though. If you've ever played early Pokemon, that was miserable. It was like, you just wanted to progress the game, but then like you know, they kept on saying, oh yeah, just level up Pokemon, catch them all. But in reality, like, you're catching them as bonuses, and you're just leveling a single unit the entire time, because fucking EXP share was a late game item that wasn't just automatically by default. So it ends up the first Pokemon in your slot got all the EXP, and you had no incentive whatsoever to switch, because they would just disproportionately grow stronger and stronger and take care of the rest. Either way, fine. It's like, why would you switch out and level up a unit that the brand new Pokemon that you caught that is like several levels below and will just be dead weight anyways? It's like, at that point, the only way you can actually bring them viably into a team is if you grind old regions, which was something you definitely, I definitely didn't want to do anyways. I heard it's better with it. I mean, I did play the newer Pokemon game with the one on the islands, Pokemon Sun or Moon. But even then, there's a lot of other problems with the game system I didn't like. Like, they're very confusing, unintuitive attribute advantage system. Now for Pokemon, EXP share is always on, and you can become easy overleveled. I mean, thank God it's always on, because it's like, it's supposed to be a team-based strategy game, but in reality it's just like 1v-all. Oh yeah, I never really understood how you were supposed to play Pokemon without the EXP share. Yeah, it was just like, it was like, the game was designed against it, and yet it was like also encouraging you to search Pokemon. It really did feel like just like one super long drawn out boss rush with you and your one Pokemon that you overleveled facing every boss. An operated Aegis unit boss plays Grandma Destruction, and I thought it was the Puppet's Bunker. I remember the name Puppet's Bunker, I just don't remember what it had. Like Final Fantasy X, just search the Pokemon and count as participating in the battle. But why would you switch if it makes the game slower? Back then, like, progressing through, like, turns, choosing, would you like to switch your Pokemon out and all that, it was, like, slow to go through. And again, like, even in the very beginning of the game, your very first Pokemon you're given will always be, like, higher level than the first Pokemon you're encountering. So it always feels like, at that point, you're intentionally putting a crutch on yourself to switch out to, like, a unit that's lower level than you. Now, I might be spreading misinformation here, or hearsay. To my understanding, though, apparently, at least in... I heard that singles format isn't really played in Pokemon because of how unbalanced it is. And the only way people play now is, like, at minimum doubles. You know, so 2v2 Pokemon at the same time. I don't know how true that is, but I feel like I read that somewhere and I was like, yeah, based on what I played, it sounds like it could be kind of completely unplayable and cheesable with only one Pokemon in infield. Yeah, doubles is standard. Okay, good. It's nice to hear that being confirmed. So yeah, singles, to my understanding, is like not really played specifically because it's just not really balanced that well. And, you know, moving on from the problem of EXP share, which is in game, like competitively, I mean, holy shit, the attribute matchup shit is not intuitive at all. It's like some Pokemon have multiple types, and then it's like some of the matchups don't even make sense. Like with Ghost, you just gotta remember it. With Fairy, you just gotta remember it. And then, ugh. And I don't want to be a charlatan speaking out too much more about the game in terms of, you know, I don't play it as often, so I don't really know what it's about. But I've heard a lot of what other people have said that are kind of in the periphery of the game, and they say that Pokemon is just like not a very good game, not a very well developed game, and yet it's so insanely popular. Whenever when Pokemon Go was released, the installation rate and the player base rate of its growth was insane. I was just like, I didn't truly realize how much of a phenomenon Pokemon was until Pokemon Go released. And then you see like their trailers and all their different merchandise and all their different series, and you can see it's like not just the one game, but like an entire franchise that is heavily milked out. And then you just like look at the base game, and then their singles format is shit, and their attribute matchup chart is kind of a complete disaster. And supposedly, according to a lot of people, nothing has changed over several years fundamentally. In my experience, like they add things only to like not add them to any significant amount in future games. And it's like it really boggles my mind. I just was just talking about it with Zalkus, and it was just like I called it essentially Pokemon is FIFA. It's like people are picking up the game not because of the quality of the game, but because it's this franchise that they have grown to be cozy with all this time. And, you know, they don't have to change anything between installations, and largely they don't change anything significant. They just add, you know, more cute things that you can play with. It's like, that's my impression of Pokemon anyways. It's so insanely big, and kind of unfairly so in terms of how much quality or effort they put into their games and trying to improve it across installations. Sorry, I've been reading the comments in a while. Let me just check this out. You mean OU singles is split in many tiers for competitive? Again, I can't really speak too much about the nitty-gritty because I don't play competitive. I've only heard in passing. YouTube buffered for me. No! I don't see any dropped frames, but I'm looking at my analytics. It seems like stream health is fine. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's your side, but maybe I need to just get a third monitor and monitor myself. It's really hard to say. Game Freak just keeps the formula, and as a franchise, the games are just promotion and designs for merch. Yeah, that sort of thing. And then there's this theory about like trying to them making Pokemon designed to be more marketable, and they're pointing out how like they become even softer around the edges. Like I still think they're cute. It's fine to think they're cute in the end, but I just think it's kind of insidious in the way of it sounds like it's businessmen who are developing the game at this point. Not even like game developers, but marketers and advertisers. It's that's my experience with like my impression of Pokemon, but like this insanely large franchise. Some of the what's called, you know, spin-offs it has admittedly seem to be pretty good and well loved by people. Like there's even Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which is like, apparently quite a respectable game series. And of course, its appearance in Smash Bros has been quite popular too. And Smash Bros, of course, is a well-developed game, but its main game that like is carrying it is just like completely out of place from its popularity. It's so strange. Housamo artists influence their own tastes with art. Yeah. I like Housamo for that because you can pick and match what you like there. It's not just catered towards, you know, the average target audience member, but rather it's targeted towards what the artist wants, or at least they generally what they want, and then cater it around some sort of mythology base. And then because it's kind of sincere, it targets more individuals as a result. It's not the Housamo characters aren't a product of trying to target towards the average person that they're targeting to, but rather to, you know, just to be awesome for one person, and then other people can find that awesome too. in my opinion, one of the biggest appeals to Pokemon is that you can transfer your collection from generation to generation, so you can never really lose your collection, even if you release newer games. I mean, you say that, but then I hear about stuff like Pokemon Bank, which you have to pay for, and then you have things like you can also like Pokemon falsification is so easy too, apparently, to spoof that information and get like Pokemon with perfect IVs. I know this because that same friend who got me into Game Vanguard, he showed me, he was really into Pokemon too, and he was showing me like there are like entire streams where you could like queue in to get your own Ditto as they are sending these fake Dittos with perfect IVs to everyone. I was like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, besides Pokemon Bank and how easily how easy it is to fabricate Pokemon from scratch, it's also like newer games, at least when I was still playing at the time, it seemed like they didn't even have the capacity to add certain Pokemon from the older generation because they're focused on only adding the new ones. You'll still end the stream on 11 a.m. On my time. I'm not sure what your time is, but if you tell me what your time is right now, maybe I can give you an answer. It's just gonna be 3 hours as usual. Some say the more humanoid designs are bait. Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know. It's just appealing to whatever is cute and marketable and sold as plushies or whatever. And then they always evolve into like some sort of fighter bar type. Between Blaziken and Incineroar and whatever. It's like, you know, give someone a friend. Like the cute beginner types evolving into these bar things people can drop horn of. It's like, okay, sure. Not enough love for quadrupeds for sure. They are bait, but that doesn't mean that the others aren't going to get attention. They don't get as much attention. I don't have a problem with the distribution of attention to Pokemon. I think that's just switching the argument to something a bit more petty. I'm more focused on just overall as a whole, Pokemon as an ecosystem of a franchise is very strange in its existence of being based on a very ill-developed mainline game series that is whose biggest success as a company from Game Freak is just being marketers rather than game developers, and it becoming this phenomenon that it legitimately kind of has a place of just being. They made that one really cheesy Pokemon Direct video with like everyone saying Pokemon Go, and then like everyone smiling playing Pokemon, and like they're showing their different franchises between Go and like trading card game and the plushies. I was like, I mean, they can do that. It's just really tacky to say yes, they are an international phenomenon. It's weird, but yeah, they're a phenomenon, and they don't deserve to be a phenomenon. Is my problem. Looks at Arcanine. It's been a while since we had a Pokemon like Arcanine. Arcanine's pretty cute. The wolf from Final Fantasy XIV. I don't remember wolf from Final Fantasy XIV. 9:35 a.m. for you. Yeah. No, I should be ending like 1 hour after 11:30 for you then, or something like that. I've only been 30 minutes into the stream. I still have 2 hours and 30 left. But of course, you don't have to stay for the entire stream. Just take what you will from the stream, enjoy the conversation, or join in while grinding. You know, do whatever. But yeah, I just think Pokemon is FIFA and it shouldn't be this popular. It's completely ridiculous how much money they're making for a very, you know, obvious lack of love in their video game development. Certainly they put in the work when it comes to like, you know, character design for their Pokemon and making them as cute as possible, and you know, they're also good at marketing it to like, you know, oh yeah, play with your friends, connect with others, play Pokemon Go and all that. But as a game designer for their mainline game, no, it's not. That's not acceptable. But again, I'm kind of speaking from the outset here, as not as a mainline Pokemon gamer. Of course, someone who's in the Pokemon hive mind, to be rude about it, might be biased in trying to defend it. But of course, I might be ill-informed in trying to attack it. Because, you know, frankly speaking, even if Pokemon was developed to have a lot more interesting mechanics or whatever, the base mechanics that I've come to know about Pokemon don't seem very good to me. Like, in my experience, my brief experience with Pokemon, which was Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Ruby, I believe, and Pokemon Leaf Green, as well as Pokemon Moon. Those are all the Pokemon games I played. I think I also played a bit of a Pokemon DX, which was supposed to be my brother's at the time. But yeah, I just didn't really find it fun per se, the main mechanics. It was just like, here are these cute Pokemons, and then we'll throw in a game on the side, I guess. But that's more of a subjective opinion than anything, to be honest. The adult fans are critical. Well, they better be. Also, it's a little too late at this point. They're like already a massive success. They could probably start their own country with the funds they have or some shit like that. They probably could have like a comparable GDP to some smaller nations. And yet Pokemon hasn't really evolved all this time as the mainline series. I need to emphasize mainline series. Because, you know, Pokemon has definitely stretched in terms of what it can do outside of that. I always keep thinking that Dagon is Sephiroth's Japanese voice. Is he not? I mean, I don't really even remember Sephiroth's voice. The only time I heard Sephiroth's voice acting was in Smash Bros. And I caught him dropped Smash Bros. Tezcatli Poca's voice is now from Guilty Gear as Zato. I actually don't, what is Guilty Gear? Is that a game or a show? I can't say. I feel like I've heard of it a million times before, though. Probably a game. But, usually I hear Tezcatli Poca compared to Dio or something like that. Oh wait, Guilty Gear is that a fighting game, isn't it? Yeah, it's I think I actually, like, I'm not good with names, but I think I actually remember what it plays like. It's like a 1v1 fighter, right? I think it's something like that. That's actually went to EVO at one point, or was in the talks of going to EVO anyways. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure it went to EVO a few times. Maybe I'm mistaking for another one. Okay, good. See, I'm telling you, I know these things. I just don't know their names. I'm really bad with names, but recognition-wise, I probably have more recognition than I might come off from a first impression. Alright, good. I'm glad I'm right about it. Just names don't stick out to me very well. Yo, Gale, welcome. Also, welcome, Alex. I forgot to welcome you when you arrived here. Hey, Ara, what kinds of breeds do you think will be the next Kenshi will be? I think he'll be the very breedable type. Just kidding. It's gonna be a dog, and yeah, I don't know. It's just gonna be a different breed, is all I can say. I don't know what kind of breed it'll be. I don't really know my breeds that well. I can tell you if you give me a name if it's a breed or not, but maybe they should do a Doberman. I'm saying that as if I know what that is. The one with the mostly black with the orange nose. I don't know. Wait, never mind. That's already Xolotl. Faust looks different in Strive because they base him on horror. Now I don't recognize Strive by name either. Ah, yes, Doug. Yo, Joe, welcome. You made it on time. I was pretty sure you would make it this time because I'm sure you had plenty of time to take a nap at this point. I went from Funny Doctor to Horror Doctor. I do not know the series, so I cannot comment on it. My apologies. Another Moritaka look like. Yeah, please no. We already have Shino, and you know everyone like Shino, so it's fine enough. But let's not test her luck with yet another one that looks exactly like it, except is emo or is some other alter version.
I have control.
Yes, Doberman. I will totally sub if it's Doberman. But yeah, we already have Shalotl though. I'm pretty sure he's a Doberman. That's what I have in mind when I say Doberman anyways. I want the next dog to be a Husky. We already have fucking a Masanori. Masanori's a Husky, you know that, right? He is a Husky. Just not a completely like a white/gray one, but he's based on a Husky, so it's a bit too late there. Yeah, as Gale is saying. And we already have a Golden Retriever as Kushi, but I wouldn't want another. Golden Retriever used to be my favorite dog breed, but you know, then I kind of just stopped caring about dog breeds. So. Maybe we'll have a dog that has like, you know, the Scottish kind of dog that has their eyes covered by their hair. Those kind of have their own charm to them. Alright, Moritaka and Mukdai was at the familiar area where it's dark and scary from them. And I've seen that area before. You've been to Japan? Interesting. Or rather, you've seen that spot maybe in another video. That was very cute. I can't believe they managed to get away doing that in public. I mean, it was at night, but still. That was amazing. That's some weird looking Husky. Yeah, but, you know, compared to like an Astral Husky and the fur pattern matches. Burmese Mountain Dog, please. I do not have an image to that in my head. Titus laugh. I forgot how it goes, but I remember it being awkward. Pitbull. No, ugly cute dogs, please. Well, you know, Pitbull would be fine, I guess. It depends on the execution in the end. I think a Saint Bernard would be cool. At this point, I can't even visualize these breeds. Shalotl looks like a Doberman, but he's an old Aztec dog breed. Sure, Jan. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, of course. Like, everyone knows they're ancient Aztec dog breeds. What the heck? Did they even breed dogs on the Aztec? Apparently they did, if you're saying that. Would be funny if the strongest Takenchi is a Chihuahua. I didn't want to say it, but I was like, there's like a few other ones that people probably don't want, like Chihuahuas, those kind of extreme ones. There's the Great Danes, which is usually female in depictions, so probably no one wants that either. Lots of Barrow Woombas. Yes, they are going to be pretty much all male, based on the story of the original Takenchi. I saw that area from Bleach live action when Renji got encountered from a Quincy arrow. Man, it's been a long time since I've watched Bleach. It was so good in the beginning with its action fights, and you know, it had some pretty decent world building, and it just went to shit so fast. But oh well. Enjoy it for what it was, I guess. I am no longer poor. Epic! Very cool, Jer Bear. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be reaching the 100 million mark. I'm 100% at this point, but it's fine. I'm gonna be reaching it pretty close, so in the very least, I'm not poor. I'm not rich, but still, you know, more could be desired. Chihuahua, the hellspawn of dog. The hair. Well, there's also the Siamese dog that is completely hairless. Well, I guess Chihuahua is also hairless. I'm thinking of Siamese cat. What am I saying? But yeah, I think a Scottish Terrier would be pretty cool. They have their own charm, and I feel like they're under-depicted in terms of dogs. The only time they're depicted is when it's a show about dogs and different breeds. All dogs go to heaven except Chihuahuas. I remember Bleach did a whole filler arc in the middle of the arc being animated. I didn't really know how to identify filler arcs back then, so you'll have to remind me what it was. There could be a new event for new semesters, so that means more potential grinding. Well, even if I wanted to, I have like almost no more drinks, so probably not going to be that excessive. Pomeranian, please. I wanted to say that because, you know, it's kind of like my own avatar for this YouTube channel. But Moritaka and Shino already kind of resembles that in that sense. At least there's a fur pattern. Yo, Jean Rivera, welcome. But yeah, and also welcome Zalgus, of course. Zalgus being Solid Milk. If you ever see Solid Milk in chat, that is Zalgus, the guy who does discussions with me. You know, one of 3 people who say this unit is shit. Honestly, Zalgus has been fairly optimistic about the past few discussions we had, so maybe that's a bit unfair of me. Yeah, welcome, John Rivera. We were just talking about over a list of things, how Pokemon is FIFA, which I talked about with Zalgus before, and what we would want the dog breed to be for the Hakenchi, for the new semester lineup. I have no bet placed on this race in terms of the Hakenchis. Like, I don't know anything about their mythologies. I don't know how each of them are like. I've never even heard of the Hakenchi before, Housamo, at least, you know, not by name. And like, it could be any dog breed at this point. Like, pull something out of your ass, it's fine. I am not gonna make a fuss over it. I mean, seriously, what even are the dog breeds for fucking Tanatomo and Moritaka and Chino? Like, at that point, it's like, it doesn't even matter if it's a breed, just like, draw it vaguely dogs. As cute as Jiro draws his dogs, or his characters, I have to admit, it's always very ambiguous of what kind of dog they're supposed to be. They're kind of just like, vaguely blob-shaped cute characters that you can get away with calling them a dog, but you can't really pin a species on it. You don't say it nearly as often as Irby, yeah, for sure, especially as of late. I think when you began, you were quite a bit like that, but lately you've been quite positive with your impression of a lot of people. And I would say I'm in the same boat with you, and also, it's not like I'm guilty of it too. I'm pretty sure I've called a number of units shit before too, even if I try not to, but ultimately, some units just are like that. Marchosius alt, and I can die in peace. Well, at least we know for a fact that you'll be living for a lot longer. Tano Papillion, I have never heard of that species. I thought Moritaka was a Shiba. Does he look like a Shiba? I don't know. Aren't Moritaka and Shino Akita or Shiba dogs? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm the wrong person to be barking up. I think Mori and Shino are Shibas, black fat sheeps. I don't know about that. They look like dogs. That's all I can say. No further qualifier shall be given. They were in the middle of saving Orihime from Arankar in Huecomundo. I remember that. And they just did a season with filler about the Zanpakuto rebelling against their owner. I think that was an okay arc, honestly. What I had problems with was the Hell arc. I thought it was a cool concept when they introduced it, but then it kind of just went nowhere. Wait, really? His alt is coming soon? Whose alt? I have no idea who we're talking about at this point. But no, we're talking about new semester units, not alts coming out, but brand new units, brand new Hokechi. If you mean Marchosius, then I'm saying you'll be living a lot longer because he's not getting an alt anytime soon. It's a good thing Yasuyori is a distinct breed, otherwise we'd be in real trouble. I don't even know what Yasuyori is. I don't know what half the Jiros are. Wait, never mind. Yasuyori is pretty straightforward, actually. I don't know the name to it, but it's like that military dog. I say as, now I think about it, is kind of very appropriate for his character. Sorry, Yale, to break the truth to you. I mean, you know, it's not like I know any leaks or anything, so maybe, but probably not. Definitely not new semester. They don't release new variants in new semester. Yasuyori is a German Shepherd. Yeah, that's it. They use it for like military movies very often. But yeah, you know, even if I didn't know breeds a bit better, it's like I feel like I couldn't really. I don't really care that much, anyways, because we have enough dog breeds. You know, dogs are cool, but like splitting the nitty gritty of Oh yeah, we haven't done this dog breed yet. It's like, who cares? There's a lot more species until we haven't done. We're talking about breeds of a specific species, and it's like, meanwhile, you know, fucking, there's like one lizard maybe, and then I don't know. There's like every other species is just like dying and drowning right now in terms of neglect. Surprisingly, very few dragons for how popular dragons are. When are we getting another Tanuki or raccoon? I mean, we have a few of them, but I agree. We could use more. Goemon and Gyobu is cool. I wish we had more red pandas. I absolutely love Jurong. Jurong's so cute! I love Jurong. And it was nice that we had Mob, but we could use more of them. But they don't have breeds per se, which is, I understand if there's no more after that. I just want more species diversity. Where's the turtle species? Where's a... We don't have a turtle. Where's the... Just scalies in general are missing. Dragons in particular. Like 2 or 3 is not going to fill that need. Let's be real, he's the same because they put paint on his muzzle. Otherwise you wouldn't think he's a German Shepherd. I mean, yeah. He looks like a pineapple had a baby with Homer Simpson. Don't tell Show I said that. Anyways, Beautiful Lie is a wonderful track. It really is. Cover your ears, August. Spoiler. Not really. It's one of the first tracks you get in V3. We have Housamo. We don't need more dragons. Housama's not even a dragon. What the fuck? He's like a dinosaur or some shit. It's nice we have a dinosaur, but, you know, newsflash, there's a lot of dinosaur species out there. Oh, I'll be right back. Alright, that's fine. Good luck, Joe, with your important stuff, whatever it is. Oh my god! How could he do this to me? Jerry Bear. Funny thing, I can see your comment, but it seems like YouTube thinks it's too inappropriate, and I think I agree with it. So, there shall be no cringe calling in the stream. But yeah, we definitely don't have enough dragons. Scalies in general. Where's our slime creature? That's very particular. We don't have a slime creature yet. Where's our elephants though? Elephants don't get enough love. What about rhinos? Rhinos are cute. Hippos? Still no representation. Giraffes? There was one giraffe, it was a mob, but I don't really care about giraffes, but it'd be neat to have a representation. I know, but he still counts as a dragon for me, and I think he counts more as an iguana. Yeah, Komodo dragon is kind of like probably what he is, more likely. Horse and the most egregious absence is horses. A bulge to end it all, just watch. It'll be the exception of chapter 13. Just a giant horse bulge. As a neat character comes out. Oh no! Half of Tokyo is being destroyed by his swaying bulge. We need more fishes. Orcas? Yeah, fish, aquamarine life in general. It's like we have, you know, Mako, which hardly counts because he's amphibian, can live in both. So it's pretty much just like Typhon and the mermaid mobs. Orca, sharks, eels. Yeah, I'd say so. Especially for Irby at least. Very huge lack of birds as well, avians. We have like Thunderbird and Horus. And then that's like it. Some of the species is Mark Zuckerberg. I wish I could unread that. But yeah, I just can't care about what the next dog breed potentially will be when there's just so many other underrepresented species. We don't need any more dogs. I mean, I know everyone loves dogs because it's like the gateway drug to freedom. Like, come on. I'm well past that. I want more diversity. Azino runs before I burn your house. Run, Azino, run! Where's our 4 horsemen? We have that 1 horseman. What's it called? Yukimaru. Yakushimaru, not Yukimura. There you go. The exception that was caused by Toji. But that was just an actual horse at that point. I know, shocking. Actual animals in Housamo? That's not like a transient. Unheard of. Almost unheard of as like animals in Pokemon.
合体だ。いけ。合体だ。合体だ。合体だ。合体だ。いけ。作戦完了。起動する。へへへ、やったよな後輩。俺とお前は最高のパートナーだよ。
Can we have a fox? Oh yeah, that's shocking. We don't have a fox yet. We do have. Actually, we do. Hawkman. Yeah, never mind. Thank you, Jerry, for instantly correcting that. But yeah, I obviously know you mean the male fox. Money. We also have that character that hasn't come out yet. That Twitter girl. I've only seen her from the Twitter previews, but she's also furry and she's also a fox, or fox-like anyways. Head Kate, I think is her name, something like that. I don't know why annoying that Pokemon does in fact eat other Pokemon like animals is weird to me. Well, it's because they only mention it in passing in their files, and even then it's like only in some files, not consistently across. And then they never show it, of course, so it's like Pokemon don't die in battles, and yet they die in wildlife. That's like peculiar. Like you're fighting each other with like fireballs and tackles and like cutting moves and all that, and then they only get KO'd, and then you can revive them in the Pokemon Center. But if it's in wild, they can just straight up eat each other. Okay, sure, Jan. Hey Kate, yep, that is the name. I thought she was a wolf. That's the thing when you start doing like transmogrifying the general snout-based animal. It's like I can't really tell anymore. I want a gorilla. I don't. Well, you know what? Gorillas are fine. I'm fine with what's called the great apes. I don't really care for like chimpanzees and stuff like that. In fact, I straight up dislike them. But when it comes to like great ape species like Donkey Kong or Winston, yeah, sure, I'd be down for that. I could get the extra vitamin K and enjoy that banana if you get my drift. How about a raccoon? More than likely, we're just gonna get more tanukis instead. I doubt Japan even knows what a raccoon is. Because it's like, it's too similar to a red panda or tanuki at that point that it's like, they would have to specifically acknowledge some sort of North American mythos, and it's kind of more of a modern animal than anything. So I don't know where raccoon would fit. Hecate is a dog. She had them as her familiars. LifeWonders turned her into. Okay, I will just believe you on that then. I don't know how the story goes, so no spoilers beyond that, please. Lots of canines and Housamo. Yeah, so I don't really care about any more dog breeds, but of course there will be more because that country exists, and because everyone loves dogs. That's what I was saying. What were you saying? Too many canines, to be frank. Yeah, to be honest, but I'd say, again, they're kind of like a gateway species, just like cats, because everyone, you know, there's that dogs versus cats. It's just one of the few domesticatable, consistently domesticatable animals that we have, that makes it in the present mind of, you know, people entering the foray of the fairy world. It's the same reason why there's so much humans in this game too, because it's like, it's what's familiar, and also there's an appeal to it too. So appealing to people, depending on varying levels of how gone they are from their sanity, if you can describe it like that, I guess. Donkey Kong or Funky Kong Samoan? We already have a help for the funkiness, but yeah, I'd be down for more great apes for sure, or any great ape. No more green mobsters though. No more Hanamons. Delete. Delete! Delete! I'm channeling my Mikami right now. Delete! 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 Anyways. Green lobster. No. Cancelled. Cancelled. Give me a the garbage. What garbage? If you mean the canines, no thanks. LifeWonders raccoon phobia. It's more like a Japan thing. I've never seen raccoons depicted in anime at all. Because they have tanukis and they have red pandas, so it's like... And they don't have raccoons. It's really just like a North American pest. I don't even know if it's in Europe or not. I don't want anything more... I don't want any more dogs. I will be very disappointed if they add more. Well, guess what? They are gonna add more dogs because they're not just catering to you, they're catering to a lot of people who just like cute doggos, as people put them. Certain people got a lot. Yeah. It is unfortunate, but, you know, in the same vein, because dogs are one of the most commonly drawn species, artists have a lot of experience drawing with them in various styles. So even if species-wise they're not very diverse, appearance-wise they do turn out to be decently diverse. Give me an actual boar. Golden Bursty is not enough, shaking my head. To be honest, yes. Like, when Golden Bursty was announced, I was like very disappointed. I was just waiting for that new boar species when Year of the Pig came by, or Year of the Boar. And then we got this human, and then that kind of just ended the trend of receiving, you know, a cool new species every year. Was it even a trend? We got like the Komai Inu, the dog, for Gyo. What was the year after that? I don't even remember. But Golden Bursty came, and then that was a disappointment. And then after that, Algernon, who was already in the game, was featured, which is also a disappointment. And then and then there was like the Year of the Tiger came, and Year of the Bull came, and there was actually just no new Hospos at all in those ones as well. In fact, they're quite old at that point, between Yuma being the newest one, and then like pretty much no one being new at all except for Over Tiger and the Tiger one. Who wasn't even a tiger in the end. At least not according to LifeWonders. But yeah, more pigs. I would be down for more pigs. Squeal for me. Well, an actual mouse smell. Yeah, Algernon, I didn't even get the impression he was like mouse-based until like they're like, oh yeah, he's the featured character. Nope, they don't want any gross animals, I guess, what they perceive to be gross. But, you know, mice can be drawn cute. They don't have to be turned off by it. Seriously. Let have an elephant. They could do a Grimikala or Ganesha. I'd say for sure. Elephants is one of my favorite species in terms of furry art I see. But they're like also one of the least drawn. Because, like, you know, by default, elephants are gonna be like these big grandpa-ish creatures. Especially when drawn barified. But I don't know, I guess people don't really like wrinkles and maybe have like reservations about the nose and the big ears. They like their fluffy doggos, which is very disappointing. Ombre Tiger Erasure. I mean, he deserved it. I'm kidding. But he already was erased after the events of chapter 10. Or chapter 11, rather. Algernon, I guess because Labrat. I never actually read Flowers for Algernon. So I don't know the reference at all. And for anyone else who didn't see it, I'm sure the reference is completely lost on them too. We don't have a rabbit, right? I don't think so, we don't. Which is pretty peculiar too. So there's even like a few common furry species that we don't see as well. Mouse furries are based, not biased. And yeah, I'm sure you want to dissect more of them, Wendy. Mouse furries are based, not biased. Rabbit or bunny Samo, please. I still don't know the difference between rabbit or bunny. Like, if there is one, it's not significant enough for me to remember. I'm pretty sure I looked at the difference several times. Tsukiyomi, technically, that's true, I guess. Even though he's pretty much just BLB, not referencing bunnies at all. I'd be down for that. Same. You don't even have a rabbit mob. And yes, Algernon in the story is a lab rat. Huh. That's interesting. Do you mean like in a literal sense he's a rat that is used in the lab, or do you mean like more metaphorically he's a person that's used as a lab rat? That'd be a very interesting story if it was a lab rat after all. Like an actual lab rat though. If only we lived in a universe where LifeWonders doesn't decide to make our 2,892nd K9. Well, we have good diversity, honestly, but we could have better ones, for sure. And, of course, there is a fundamentally, there is also at least some limitation in the species that LifeWonders can pick. Because, mythologically speaking, they generally want to keep it consistent, right? And that means animals that don't find themselves in mythology end up being most excluded. Unless you have some horseshit example like Alp. You know, Alp is a vampire, but, you know, he chose to be a panda because panda is cute. But yeah. So there is a bit of constraint there, but I still think they could try harder for what animals are included. Like Ganesha being a very obvious example. Very cool to have an elephant in the game. Let's see. Holy shit, that's a lot of comments on something. Kimidori, if I recall correctly, has elephants on their Twitter, and they drop them pretty good. So I could see them making an elephant character. Yes, LifeWonders, go ahead with that. Algernon is not the main character, despite the name. Algernon is a rat used to test an intelligence-boosting procedure that is used on the actual main character, Charlie, or something. Yeah, I think I remember something like that. It's like... I think that's the relationship between the main character, or rather the host of Algernon, and their AI. One of them is Algernon and one of them is Charlie. I'm pretty sure Charlie is the actual person and Algernon is the AI in this case. But the game refers to them as the AI, which is peculiar. While I'm not the biggest fan of spiders, they could put an Unsea in the game. I mean, I guess we could have more spider reps. We already have Arachne, but, you know, that's not to say, you had one, you can't have any more. Because, like, we have 1 million dogs. Like, certainly we can have a few more of these rare species, more than one of them. And yet people fall for more wolves, like Mr. Wolf movie and Blade? The Elden Ring Wolf, everyone is simply now over. Oh. I am out of the Elden Ring loop. So I didn't even know that was a species. I know there's a giant turtle in that game that everyone killed, but that's the extent of my knowledge in terms of animals in that game. That and something about horses killing you if you jump off with them. Yeah, then Algernon dies, and Charlie's like, oh shit, then his intelligence hurts, and he dies too. Wow, spoiler alert for a book I was never gonna read. Let's have some African myth and game that's not Egypt. That would be fascinating. Yeah. Not that I was playing the game at the time, but I thought it was a neat inclusion for Overwatch to include Doomfist and his representation of, I guess, South African culture, which is kind of heavily underrepresented in games that feature different mythologies or backgrounds. So it was neat having it, despite me not playing the game. But yeah, more of those kind of mythologies that are not covered after moving to. Then again, maybe that's not possible because LifeWonders, again, is restricted by the 23 worlds they've already selected. They can't just add a new mythology unless they Tower of Babel it and say, oh yeah, this is a story that happens exclusively here. Alp is basically an elf or a fairy. He's a vampire is what he is. If you've seen the page in his Wikipedia, it's just like an Alp. It looks like some sort of like dehydrated vampire thing going over you in bed. How about a shark? Well, we have a... what's it called? Tifon, who is kind of like a shark, kind of like an orca. But we could definitely have more animals like that, yeah. I think we also have a shark, what's it called? Mob. But, you know, we could have more representation, I suppose. They're not the worst represented in the game between him and that water mob. Because Algernon is a far cloning than Charlie. No Charlie Samo. I mean, we already have Charles in the game, so they could have just called him Charles. And apparently they went with Ellie instead of Elizabeth. Supposedly that's what she's based off of. I don't know which Ellie she's supposed to be based off of, but she's based off a Elizabeth. Some vampire-based thing. I don't know. They should have just had Algernon be his own character as a mouse. Cuckoo hens. Yeah, but, you know, not... I guess it doesn't have... They didn't recognize it as mass appeal. Or in the very least, they didn't ask the right person to draw a fully fledged mouse, if that was their intention. Kanan was almost added. No, it's kind of its own self-enclosed story as a result of it saying, yeah, we were almost there, but not really. Tatsuya is technically based around Spider's thread. Also, L4 win. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. Got to go, need to eat. Oh god, I wish I was you. Gale, I need to eat too. Typhon in Greek myth, father of monsters, giant with... Okay, I need to start my talking. Typhon in Greek myth, father of monsters, giant with bat wings, and many snakes as his bottom half. That is not what I was expecting. I didn't expect Typhon to be like that. Then again, is there like a Typhon creature in Final Fantasy that also looks very not sharkish? Elizabeth Bathory, who allegedly bathes in blood of virgins because reasons. I see. Allegedly. Just like in the South Park episode. Allegedly! I literally can't think of anything besides another Tanuki. Bruh. Get your mind out of Goemon's gutters. More goats? Oh, goats would be cute. Oh, well, we have a mountain... We have those gray goats for Solomon, as well as, what's it called? Mephistopheles. But definitely a goat archetype that's not just that same drab gray would be cool. Joe, just play Super Mario 3D Land or something. If you feel the need to embody a Tanuki, I would second that. Also, even though we have a number of bulls in this game, we don't have a single, traditional cow that is depicted as, the one with, like, stripes, or not stripes, spots. You have Yuma, which is, like, the brown bull, and then Shenong, which is also a brown bull. And then we have Tetsuox, which is not a bull at all, but for some reason was featured in, like, a Year of the Bull. And there might have a few others I'm forgetting, but none of them have the traditional, like, spotted appearance of a cow. Sheep, maybe. Could be neat. Wake up, sheeple! I can't picture them being anything but cute, though. Now that I think about it, people don't really draw sheep to be sexy for a yard. At best, they draw them cute. Yes, there's a Typhon in Final Fantasy from 6, which is some big purple thing that I can't describe. It's like if someone decided to scratch on their papers with the side of their pencil and then draw a face inside it, and then they made it into 3D, that would be what Typhon is. And then Marduk, who's also a brown bull. Oh yeah, very creative. But I guess it's just for the reading. But yeah, peculiarly no domesticated cows. That is the black and white kind. He's an ox. Well, bulls, ox, they're synonyms for each other. More cows. Oh yeah, Bunyan! How could I forget Bunyan? I guess he's like that too. He's not spotted, but he is the white cow type. He's cute enough. Bulls are brown, no exceptions. Sounds like a load of bull to me. That sounds about right. Unless they're albino, in which case that would be the definition of an exception. Also, I believe the bathing in blood of virgin things was one of those exaggerations or whatever. She was convicted for murdering hundreds of women though. Ooh boy. Is she like the female Jack the Ripper? If Kirito ever releases, I bet you they'll have some personal interactions with each other. Sounds like a very European serial killer classic thing. The fuck? If anyone does a serial killer is the most stylish, it would be Europeans, for sure. Technically, Guillemot is a white bull that tanned his fur. I X to doubt. You can't tan fur, please. It's fur, it's not skin. What the fuck?
ったよな後輩俺とお前は最高のパートナーだよ
I know, but what? That's what he said. No, he is kind of someone who talks a load of bull in terms of upselling things. So maybe not take everything he says literally. Actually, yeah, I think that's Samo Kanen, my dude. Look, just because he said it doesn't mean it's actually the case. His job is literally to like sell you shit as a businessman. She was mentally unwell, and her husband abused her, but she could do so many murders because of her status as royalty. Damn. Sounds about right. You know, the elite getting away with a lot of heinous shit and covering it up because they just have the money to swat it away. Kind of reminds me of the Dimitrescu's from Resident Evil 8. There's actually like if you look at the backstory of them, it was like they had that village, and then, well, you know, I don't know who's played the game that was destroyed, but it's like they had that village of people that they were kind of using as testing grounds for people. And then they actually abducted some and saw who was appropriate to intake their zombie fungus or whatever it was. And then some of them, most of the women were murdered as a result of not being able to take it. But the ones who were able to like sustain it ended up being their like zombie puppets with them. Again, Europeans do serial killers the flashiest and most stylishly.
やったよな後輩俺とお前は最高のパートナーだよ
Speaking of royalty being unwell, I wonder how Queen Elizabeth is doing right now. Not Elizabeth, Queen Victoria. Is it Victoria or Elizabeth? I'm pretty sure it's Elizabeth, never mind. I was right the first time. I heard she got COVID randomly, which is like, you know, big shock. But like, you know, she never dies, so... I wonder if she's actually still well enough at this point. Because it's well past the incubation period for its usual infection like so. Of course she is, you know, well beyond the range of... the safe range for age in terms of catching it, but... I'm sure she had her vaccinations already. So it is a question of, like, how well is she doing now? Betty's still kicking. It's Elizabeth II, yes. She's just awaiting her next victim to trade her life force. She is immortal after all. Yeah, of course. I think she still has like 3 years in her. Yeah, she got like a month ago or so. Yeah, that's definitely like plenty long enough for the period to pass, so probably she's better, you know, like probably gonna help her for a long time lifespan, but in the very least she made it through. Queen Elizabeth outlive Betty White. Jesus Christ, yeah. I mean, like, I can't blame Queen Elizabeth for trying to stay alive all this time, what with her messy familial lineage happening. But I'm no expert in it. I've only understand anything about the royal lineage and the rules for inheritance based on the crown. The crown was a pretty good drama. Still waiting for the next season to come out for that. She is a totem of undying. Well, you know, she really is a status for the ages because, especially nowadays in the internet age when information is being passed by so quickly, you know, any other royalty that was passing would have been like drowned out by that, but because she's been alive all this time, she's one of those actual permanent fixtures in our minds that it would kind of be hard to think of otherwise at this point. I have a tied up. How long will I keep streaming? Well, as usual, I'll be doing 3 hours, so I still have an hour and a half in me left. I think for me, it's like $2 million. Oh, wait. I'm totally missed the question here. My bad. How much in real life money would it take for you to spend tens of thousands to complete Housamo? What do you mean, like, for you? Are you saying like my value would be different or something? I'm actually not trying to. I'm struggling to understand your question here. How much in real life money would it take for you to spend tens of thousands of dollars? It would take me tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not sure what you're asking here. I'm pretty sure it doesn't take that much money to max out all your units. Like, of course it takes an exorbitant amount, but we're not talking millions here. We're talking maybe in the 10,000s, maybe 200,000s at best, but definitely not in the millions. Yeah, money-wise, I'm pretty sure it'd be like in the 10,000 range. Like the 100,000 range at most, but definitely not the million range. From your collection till you can no longer do 10 pulls like Hype the Whale. If it's specifically from my collection, it would be just like everyone else. I don't whale in this game. Some people have this impression that I whale in this game. I don't. What the fuck? Occasionally, I spend money on like special occasions, like anniversary pulls because those are fun and one time only. Also, when ARs came out, I like bought a load, and I also, out of complete clownery, pre-bought some of the monthly packs in preparation for the anniversary pulls this year, only for them to be like, nope, you gotta buy the ticket now. Which is like, I think the tickets are a better purchase, but it completely, makes the preparation purchases completely worthless at that point. So, whatever. Yeah, I would need $2 million to justify spending several $1,000s to complete those. Oh, that's your question. How much money should I want before I start spending that much? What's it called? It's kind of a tricky question for me because even if I had $2 million or $100 million or whatever $1 million, I wouldn't want to complete Housamo in that way. It's just like, part of the fun of Housamo is the restrictions set on you by the limited resources you have. And a lot of the enjoyment from the game comes about talking about your successes and failures, whether it's getting the unit I want or playing with the units I want. When talking about other players, that like the ability to be able to connect with other players, which is essential to my experience in Housamo. I'm sure a lot of people would be like completely like changed at that point, if not like outright damaged and removed, if I wailed for every unit and had the best of everything. It'd just be like a different conversation at that point. We wouldn't be able to speak the same topics anymore. Just wail everything, and then that's pretty much all I could say, and I would have nothing in common with them. Someone, the amount I spent on revives. Jesus Christ, Joe. Shut up. I hope they don't change any again, or at least announce it early. Change what again? Interesting. Yeah, that's what I would say, because the game isn't just the game itself, it's also the community, and I would not be interacting with the community the same way at that point. When I brag about the game, I'm bragging about my luck. Like, I feel like bragging about you having a lot of money is kind of tacky. Look how much expendable money I have to buy every single unit and just throw away Gotcha game. No, I would not feel proud about doing that. What the fuck? I mean, maybe a bit of this is sour grapes, but honestly, it just seems bragging about luck is ironic and funny because it's like, it's, positing that you had any control over it and, presenting it as such. So it's kind of funny in that way, even though obviously you have no control over it. Whereas bragging about a lot of money is just, not kosher even in everyday situations.
ち儲けのチャンスだぜ。合体だ。I have a 合体だ。合体だ。合体だ。
Don't listen to those wheels. I bought stones just for revives once. You bought stones? Okay, good. You better be joking. The fuck is that? Just for revives. Jesus Christ, Joe. It was accidental? Sure, Jen. Sure. I confess, I did it for some story and skill Evo quest free stones. I mean, in the very beginning of the game, I also spent a few stones for the story because, you know, I didn't realize that, like, I didn't have a good handle of how limited resources were and what the optimal strat was. I was still figuring out what is the min-max way of doing things. Back then, I wasn't even really min-maxing. I was just kind of feeling my way through and getting through the story for what was translated and whatnot. So I didn't. Like, I was still trying to find the way to best enjoy the game. I wasn't even making videos at the time then. But, you know, those days are long past now, so no excuse anymore. Hoping for seed dungeons to return. Yeah, it could be cool. Just a few more seeds. Not gonna make a big difference or anything, but it's always nice to have free resources. I can give attack seeds to Benton, increase her wet noodle damage. Oh my god. I still wish I had her. Even if she didn't end up being as strong as, like, she seemed in the Christmas event. You know, I like Benton, so it would have been cool to have her. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pull her. Did it suck? Yes. But would I say she's an essential pull? No, I wouldn't. So it's, like, you know, not a big deal for me. That feel when you stream 2 hours later for a specific person and the stream is half done and they still haven't showed up. God damn it, Irby. On a different note, I made the executive decision, as I'll make the executive decision to go through this first. I made the executive decision to roll on the Ikebukuro banner for Christmas Pollux. Because rolling on... Sorry, because you made the executive decision to roll on Ikebukuro banner for Christmas Pollux. Because rolling on a banner shared with 3 or other 4 stars is totally a good idea. I did not get them. I mean, you know, pull for your faves. It sucks that you didn't get them in the end. Maybe hope that he's rerun in next Christmas, although I sincerely doubt it. But because of those outs, like, he's probably one of... right now is probably one of the better times to start pulling for it. Because, like, it seems like old enough that they won't rerun anymore, at least for next Christmas. Fading is serious business. Yeah, it certainly is. He only just finished progging, I see. I only picked this time based on what he said was good last time in terms of... what's called? When we were talking about rescheduling our discussion stream, he said either 4 hours like earlier or 2 hours later. And last time we did 4 hours earlier for the discussion. I figured he'll be available for the same times, so I did 2 hours later, and lo and behold, he's not here, so... Ooh, I'll keep that in mind. Definitely earlier at all times is the better case if I want to have him join. But yeah, thank you for the update on that, Zalgus. I got Batty and Claude, and a dupe beach house and Vari. I think I've been coping well. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. It sounds super rough, buddy. Well, the banner's not over yet, I guess. Not to give you false hope, but I guess it's still an option, maybe. I was so angry because I did 4 multis and didn't get a single even 4-star. Jesus Christ, you guys are actually pulling for this? Not just John Rivera, apparently, but you too, Joe? Then again, Anvari's quite the pull to be pulling for if you don't have him ready. Joe, I did it too for Kalki before her. Oh, I see. Okay. At John Rivera. I want to pull on this banner again after getting the needed 50 stones here, but I'm waiting to see if the upcoming banner has any unit that I like getting a variant here. Yeah, probably better to wait, but you know. Who knows when Beach House and Vari will run again, and who knows, especially when like the gendarme units and when Pollux will run again. It's a mystery for those. They're like super old units, and they kind of just, they're no longer added in a periodic fashion. They're just added whenever LifeWonders feels like it. Speaking of bad luck, I spent over 1,000 stones pulling for Mukdai's variant in La. I never got him, the classic. Also, that sounds exceptionally painful, but I don't know what the translation rate for stones are there. Is it also 50 for a single pull? Because 1,000 sounds extremely painful if that's the case. I don't have Anvari, but new semesters are in the corner. Yeah. It's a tough choice, but Anvari will always be relevant, so Anvari does have a special priority, despite new semester being important as well. I mean, after all the new semester units, as an important consideration is they're going to be permanent in the end. But yeah, it sucks that it turned out that way, August. Really sorry. I'm setting my luck for the next time you decide to go whole hog again. Oh, I'm broke, lol. I've got maybe a few tickets left, but rough. It's time to start rebuilding a horde. The BGM reminds me of that one edit you did, Ara. Yeah, I just felt so inspired that one time. Also, I love Jurong, so he deserves the special effects. Yeah, it's the same as Housamo, yeah. Damn, 1,000. That must have taken like an entire year to save then. Jesus Christ. If not more. Well, I'll get trying next time. That's the spirit, if not touty confidence.
I have a contract. 合体だ。いけ。
If I don't, I'll spend 100 stones on revives. Joe, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and just ask yourself, what are you doing with your life? You need to seriously have an important sit down with yourself and review all the life choices you've made so far. At some point in your life, something must have gone horribly wrong if that's what you're doing nowadays. You know, it's not entirely bad to spend, what's it called? Okay, it's pretty bad to spend stones on revives, but like, you know, there's other shitty things people are doing that I can't even say it's like definitively the worst. Like fucking that meme of everyone spending their shards, their weekly limited shards on the blossoms instead of the tickets. It sounds like such an enormous scam, but everyone buys it, including like Irby and other people. I'm just like, the fuck is this? Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're missing out on free pulls here. It's like, so I'm just like, yeah, it's kind of clown moment if you're spending stones, but a lot of other people, for some reason, are convinced after attending clown college that yes, blossoms are the best investment they'll make. I have no explanation for it other than that. Well, you know, obviously I can probably see some logic in it, but not really logic, more like intense feelings that are biased towards new shiny thing. I want another event quest already. I'm bored. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's all our feelings with this campaign. I hope I've done what I could for all of you in alleviating your boredom just a bit with these streams and random videos and community posts and whatnot. I personally prefer the other scam. Which scam? Are you talking about the Blossoms or the Revivals? The storage upgrades? I was tempted to get them when they first released, but I wasn't entirely sure if it was worth it, so like I spent a couple of months just, you know, debating whether I should. And then I decided, no, it's not worth it, because even though they're one-time purchases, they're pretty hefty, and it's like, they don't do anything for you in the end. You can play equally as fine as you were Euphoria. It doesn't really do anything except maybe improve the quality of life. I say that, but then I bought all the optional stuff. But my defense for buying that optional guild decoration stuff was it was clogging up the inventory, so it made things easier to see. But for the inventory space, I don't know, I'm not convinced if it's worth. It's super pricey for something that doesn't help you at all. Especially since I'm about to like level up and skill up all my units. I've already leveled up all my units. What's left over is to skill over them. I've been perfectly fine with the limited capacity I had. And in terms of seed, well, no, just use them before it fills up. It's not exactly a resource that you're going to be drowned in. And was my phone recently breaking? I can't play the only other games that distracts me. That's tough. Have you considered picking up the free trial for the MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV that has packaged with it the award-winning Heaven's Ward expansion and will allow you to level up to level 60. It broke because you slept on it? Clown. Then again, I broke my old charger at least twice because of I was improperly attaching it to my phone. I kind of just like let it attach and let it hang over some edge where I was resting on it, and it eventually led to the edge or the wire breaking near the hooking point. Is that a PC game? Yes, it is. It is a game that me and Irby and Zalkus and Housamo kind of plays. So it definitely has a surprising overlap with Housamo players' preference of games. If you do get into it, yeah, the Heaven's Ward story, which is the expansion, the first expansion, is quite good. You're breaking laptops. Oh, yeah, I think it actually does require decent power for your computer, so if your laptop can't handle it, then probably don't. I'm pretty sure my old laptop could handle it either, which is why I just didn't download it until much later, when I got a new computer. You're breaking our laptops? Jesus Christ. Though my old laptop actually broke at one point because it overheated. Pretty irresponsible of me, I guess. I had it repaired, but it's not the same as it once was. It's gonna be a bit of a pain to work with it when I go traveling on May, because, you know, I work from home with my job. So I can still, like, do my weekly meetups and do my coding work and all that. But it's not gonna be easy with that shit-ass laptop. No, I swear my first laptop I dropped it when I got home because I was so excited to open it. Wait. Are you saying you just bought it and then you dropped it immediately after you bought it? I hope that's not the case. I hope you actually got some good usage out of it before you broke it. My second one happened because of rain. I walked home after class. Yeah, always cover your laptop completely. You're not designed to be drunk. You bought it and then you broke it immediately. Okay. Clown. Da 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 da. I played that just for you, Joe. That requires a certain kind of accomplishment. So you're saying I should make a bad decision for Beach and Vari. How do I describe this? Did you already pull Beach and Vari? Or was that someone else who pulled it? Oh, you don't have Envari, but new semesters are on card. That's what you said, I see. I would say... It's a tough decision. Yeah, I don't know. This one you'll just have to flip a coin over. You're not going to be enjoying the benefits of Envari immediately because it's already over. The campaign's over, and who knows when we'll get our next campaign. But with that said, the moment the next campaign gets ready, you'll be instantly prepared for this. It also depends on how much you prioritize seeding, because what's it called? You can still get the coins you need without Envari, right? It'll just require more grinding and more commitment like this. And it also, your need for coin also depends on how much seed you spend. So I would say the decision will depend on how you balance your need for seeds and resources to spend them versus your desire for new units. For me, I would start saving at this point because if I didn't have Envari anyways. What's it called? Would I? I might still prefer Envari actually. Or not. I don't know. It's tough. I love new semester. New semester is always fun, even if everyone's permanent. They have the wackiest kits, so it's gonna be a real shame if we decide to pull Envari and completely run out of resources. I'm still not decided, so give me a moment to think about it while I read out the rest. And my last one just stopped working. Well, you know, maybe if you didn't let it drown in rain. No, I haven't. That's tough. Yeah. So I keep restarting when I turn it on. It keeps restarting when I turn it on. That is... So there's that. I'm very clumsy, generally the butterfingers. Maybe it's time you invest in a desktop instead of a laptop. Which is like a lot harder to break at that point. Unless it comes broken pre-packaged, which mine did, which is why I was out of commission for a month randomly during the Christmas period. Ugh, bad times. Very bad times. But yeah, returning to your question, Jer Bear. It's really tough. I love new semester, but Envari is also really essential. Okay, answer me this question. In the anniversary, are you the type to redeem blossoms, or are you the type to redeem level and skill seeds? If you're the type to redeem blossoms, then I would say go for what's called new semester, save for new semester. But if you're the type to exchange it for seeds, then you need to ask yourself this next question. Do you actually use the seeds, all the seeds you receive? Yes, I'm asking you, Jer Bear. Kind of giving you like a flowchart of deciding whether you should save or spend on Envari. So if I redeem characters that and ARs that you don't have. Okay, at that point, then I don't even need to ask any more questions. Just go save for new semester. Envari's biggest use case scenario is for saving for endgame content that is exorbitant, aka seeds. And if you're redeeming characters and ARs that you don't have in preference to seeds, then that's just not as important to you at that point, seeds that is, so that means Envari, as a result, would also not be as important to you to get the resources you need, which means you can just start saving for new semester. So that's my recommendation for you, Jer Bear. Go ahead and save for new semester. When the day when seeds become more important to you, then I would say Envari is more essential. Well, I'll just go search for my job so I can buy a good PC or probably make my own. Yeah, that could work. Look at you. knowing how to build your own PC and being able to afford it all, but then breaking it instantly. It's a good thing you're able to afford your clumsiness. Is all I can say up to that.
Cause
in hindsight, I don't seed often. I've only hard committed to a select number of characters, namely Wakon and Kengo. If you don't seed, then you don't need Unvari. Of course, it would be a nice bonus, but like it's you still have like the additional percent of what's 59 minus 15 is 40. What's called bad at math. 44%. You'll still have 44 extra additional percent from just bringing the rest of your usual sports. So in relation to the rest of the bonuses you have, it's like it's an okay chunk, but it's not gonna completely change the way you play in terms of grinding. You don't need it as much as I do, who decides to seed as literally as much as possible in this game, who redeemed first thing up the maximum amount of skill seeds and level seeds. No, it can't break if it doesn't leave my room. Well, that's the point of getting a desktop. And if you're not bringing your laptop anywhere, then you especially don't need a laptop at that point. And you can just get a desktop, because laptops are made for portability. Get gold and anniversary ticket to be lazy. There's that choice too. Also, welcome Tran Huang. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but yeah, I probably should have gotten coin instead. That would have been my second choice, but I was stupid and got an air I didn't have. Only to get it directly after in an air multi I did, which was annoying. So, coin is a very good choice, I would say, after you get the seeds, but that's just my personal preference at that point. Mother Nature is attacking me. I'm getting blossoms this anniversary for Gomon. Do you hear that? I think it's your theme song, Joe. Shooting Stars is good. It was really good when, you know, there's extremely limited options for coins couples and all that. But that said, we have Kuragane, and if you have them, you definitely don't need Shooting Stars at that point. Rude? It's just the truth. The truth can't be rude, it's just the truth. I still have 10 levels and skill seeds. And if you have no urgent need to use them, then yeah, you don't especially need coins at that point, the coin bonus. I would say just start saving for a new semester. So if that's the situation you're in as well at Wayne, then I'd say safe. We need that piano as a sound bit. Yeah, I've considered a few times preparing a soundboard, but I don't know. Usually I only add new stuff like the hour before stream start, spontaneously. Or if I'm feeling particularly inspired, it comes in waves. I'm using the others for dupes. That is... Do not exchange your tickets for dupes. Do not be duped. Please do not be a clown. That is hands down the worst thing you could exchange it for. Like, I can somewhat understand getting a unit you don't have yet. And there is some twisted logic in getting blossoms, but getting dupes? Oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You do realize what Goemon's charge is, right? I can barely remember it, but it definitely doesn't have anything that scales well with charge. It has maybe a heal, maybe CP, and it has buff steal, which is, you know, not even like your secret artifact level dependent. Maybe for a charge spammer like Christine. Very, very maybe, but just so many other charges you can have at that point. And it's like we already have Leonin. I don't know. You want more damage boost for that, but it's only gonna last you for one turn. There's so many other options. You're like really limiting yourself at that point, or you're stuck in a very limited mind frame if you believe that Christine is the way to go to invest your tickets in. There are options. You don't have to rely on Christine that way. You guys still buy coins? Yeah, that's a fair exchange. If you're not planning to seed everyone, then coins will make your life easier. And then, you know, getting a unit you don't have yet is also a decent choice. Not like I'll be using it. Well, if you don't see people, I guess coin isn't as important. But it's still important for like skill leveling new units you want and all that. If you're not broke though, it's not a problem. Yeah, the next thing I would recommend, if you don't particularly get seeds and then you don't need the coin for it, would be to get just units and ARs you don't have. Imagine buying coins. Yeah, you can't buy coins if you mean that, Joe. There is no coin exchange in Anrai's shop. Probably because Anrai wants to keep that coin for himself. I mean, I assumed you meant for that, but just in case you were under the illusion that you could buy coins, yeah, you can't. But for the ticket exchange, then yeah, that is a pretty good choice. Maybe you don't need it as much, in which case I'd say, you know, getting a unit you don't have is fine, or a trend, or an AR. But dupes, no, you still get dupes. There's nothing I really want this anniversary. Oh my gosh, at that point just get the fucking blossoms. You like Goemon, right? Get the blossoms for that, there you go. Even blossoms, I will admit that much. Even getting blossoms is a better choice than fucking getting a dupe. Nah, get dupes and flex your SA level 40 plus units on us. You do realize you can only get 2 dupes per year, right? There's a limit to how much you can get of each. Even if you have like 7 tickets, you can only get 2 dupes. You're not gonna be getting that far in Sacred Artifact level. Imagine skill blossoms. Now that would be an amazing thing. That would be exorbitantly expensive, but definitely not as exorbitantly expensive as level blossoms, which will definitely happen because I want my level 100. Even though it's not really gonna do anything. I have a control. If you want a stronger CS, blossoms will also make his CS stronger. It will make his regular attack and his charge stronger. Because newsflash, they both share the same attack stat for calculations, which is affected by blossoms. Flex with the Lave dupe. I will suplex you if you say everyone. I guess there are better choices, however. Yes, I'm starting to see the clown makeup fall off from you, Joe. Every time I see that cat in the box, it looks like a tissue box to me. It's cute either way. Use your guaranteed 5 on labor at Sasagua. Trust me, it's fun. Fun for everyone else you decide to share it with and laughing at your misery for sure. I mean, Sasagua at least has a use now with his Evo being able to vary everyone on turn 1. If you happen to have like insane sun movement. I mean, seriously, that was just... It's useful theoretically, but in practice, you're gonna like need precise movements and with no misinputs whatever. It'd be like you're transforming Housamo into a reaction-based game rather than like a strategic game if you play with Sasagua on turn 1. And also I didn't get Furu, so I can get him. Yeah, you can do that. Furu. But you have to have insane movement to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's good in theory, but in practice it's kind of not really workable. Just wait till Lave gets his skill evolution copium. I'm pretty sure everyone's waiting for that. That's why everyone's skill seeded and level seeded him, right? Well, obviously they're waiting for that skill evo, because otherwise it would be a horrible mistake, and no one would make a horrible mistake that often, right? Right? Also, welcome, Karen. Nice to see you. Not sure if you're new, but I think the profile I've seen in your icon is pretty new, or familiar rather. Seth is also like a glorified slime. I mean, I would say we still need a proper slime somehow. I enjoy my sats for setting up a wide slash and double magic for wide map farming. I mean, especially for wide maps, it'd be hard to ferry everyone in proper position because there's limited room to, you know, avoid accidentally sliding across people. What would, but then again, you can teleport with your setup, as in actually move across people from the squares. What would Labe's skill evo even do? Oh, let's talk about that in a moment. First, I'd just like to declare that there's only one arrow left and Irby still isn't here, so... Oh my god, Irby's here! Irby shit talking. Irby, welcome! Name taker / Irby. Go check out his channel. By the way, so everyone who's here right now, I've updated my list of linked host channels in the bottom of my channel. So of course Irby and Zalgos are there, but there's gonna be a bunch of new ones there as well, so feel free to recheck that out. Definitely some new ones like Harvey, but also some Japanese ones that I find interesting enough, even if I don't understand it. Yeah, I changed my name so you can say my name easier. This is my Discord tag anyway. I don't think I've seen you in Discord, but yeah. In the very least, I recognize your profile pic, so kudos to you for leaving that impression on me at least. Let's see, I forgot Housamo existed. Well, at least he had a backup with Final Fantasy 14. But, I mean, this is the last possible hour for you to grind, so let's not forget that you probably should acquire some coin at least for you know, building your units for the new semester. Because, you know, it's not super cheap to build everyone from scratch. Maybe like 2 million, around that much each per unit. But yeah. Fixes, in reference to Labe's Evo, fixes absolutely hot trash rates, hopefully. Also, it's not actually that hard to move the white slash and double magic. Well, you know, if the units you're bringing are like what's called fungible, that is, it doesn't really matter who's in which position as long as they're in the correct set of positions, then yeah. But if they're like fungible and very specific position specific in relation to each other, I'd say it's difficult. Oh, am I there? JK, my channel's dead. I made sure to add people who's actually uploaded within the past 6 months at least. So if you haven't uploaded that late, I probably didn't add you then either. Haven't farmed this event at all either. Well, now's your last chance, buddy. It's fine because, you know, everyone plays this differently, and honestly, coin grinding is completely optional. It's not something that everyone should be doing. Only people who are diehards with min-maxing. But I'm sure you know, I don't need to lecture on this. You're Irby, you know it. You know, I don't know, talking to you like you're yeah, hello person that is on my, you know, YouTube channel occasionally. No, I talk to you all the time. You get what I'm saying, man. Housamo exists? I don't think it does. You know, I've heard stories about it, but I think that's just hearsay. But yeah, going back to Labe's skill evolution. I mean, his rates are trash, but even if they're all guaranteed, he's not exactly a particularly remarkable unit, so I would say that's not the main thing to be addressing. He doesn't really have a use per se. His main thing, if he guaranteed activated everything, is debuff removal and Ardor. And that's like pretty much it. Honestly, debuff removal, Ardor, and self-immunity to skill locking things, which like Yasuri and now Azazel have. So that just kind of lost him completely. I would say he would really need a complete new functionality at that point, because even when those are maxed, he's not a particularly interesting unit. Maybe increasing the amount of debuffs he removes, or maybe also start, removing like buffs from the enemy simultaneously. Maybe like, oh yeah, they finally added the lore ability to leak, so why not, implement the lore properly on Lave. Lave is supposed to be transferring negative effects to the other things, so why doesn't he, remove debuffs that are from allies that are adjacent to him and then implant them on the enemy? He should be able to do that. Like, maybe in games he wasn't able to before, but I mean, honestly, he should have been able to even back then, but they didn't do that for some reason. So that would be a nice evo for me, I would think. Nope, I don't upload unless there's an HQ, because I can't really think of anything else to upload. I mean, anyone who's uploaded for the most recent HQ, I'm pretty sure I added. I think I saw a few channels that just haven't uploaded for an entire year or close to it, and those ones I didn't add. But if you uploaded for the most recent one, like Mystic Christmas or Valentine Fantasy, then I probably added you in that list. Lave's kit is specifically engineered to be Houssamo's equivalent of the definition of whatever. Yeah, whatever rates for whatever kit. He also has Nullify debuff with his removed debuff. I mean, he does. You're right, I forgot that, but mostly because I have his How 5, so it's like he's outclassed in that too. BRB, going to the store. Bye, Yara. Hey, see you around, and hope you don't get bugged in the store. Peace. Joe. Oh, so you did. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but see ya. Isn't his role in lore like deciding if someone is dead or something is alive? That's exactly it. Well, more specifically, he is able to transfer the diseases from other people in the Housamo story. But in his general lore, yeah, it's being the decider of fate like that. Maybe have him, when attacking, 50% give allies guts, and give enemies omen. That could work too. It'd be strong. I would just say it's not very themed very well. It's like, oh, no, look, another guts user, another guts giver, and another countdown giver. Like, I'm not sure if it's like particularly a thing that he would stand out with. It would make him, be the only one who's able to do both in combination, but would he be the best at either? Probably not. So yeah, I would say give him something really more specific to him, like transferring the ally debuffs to the enemy. Like, don't even restrict to just like who's nearby. Just remove debuffs from everyone on the board every time he hits remove debuffs from all his allies on the board, whether they're beside him or not, and then give them to the enemy he's setting. He is a forest/hunt god and decides who survives or dies. Yeah, thank you for the lore fact check. I say as I have no way to fact check it myself. I'll just go with what you're saying. But I like the idea, Karen. There's no a bit of an unfortunate way of me simultaneously pronounce it, Karen. But yeah, I would say why not do both? Leaked Evo was so overwhelmingly like Storo in terms of both giving him a new function and amplifying his existing function, and giving him something neat for lore, and also something very specific. That, Lade was a 5-star, he deserves something super fancy like that. So give him both the ability to remove all debuffs from his allies per hit, and give them to the enemy. Preferably near, at a 90% rate, if not 100%. And then also let him inflict countdown and guts. Because he already bestows guts to allies, I believe, that are beside him if he hits units. Or was it to self? Well, if it's to self, then it should be to allies as well. And then, match it with countdown as well. Just use Google, sponsor. I would, but I don't really... I try to avoid looking at other links and all that while streaming. There's a bit of finickiness when it comes to me screen watching one of these monitors or rather one of the programs, the game itself, as it's streamed from my phone to one of the monitors. Like opening a program up, sometimes it messes its ability to capture it. Nah, he buffed Guts to Self at the moment at 30%. That is really depressingly low. They were being super conservative. I swear to God, the units in Nightmare Kingdom were such a mistake in terms of how conservative they were built. And then they gave them Evos, and they were also kind of underwhelming and not really very interesting. John Bavon's Evo being like limit on turn start or some shit like that, which is, you know, nice to have that damage boost, but the definition of uninteresting Evo right there. And then there was Durga's, which, I don't know, it gave her like more CP or some shit like that and made her more mobile. Which made her a bit like Nodens, I guess, which is kind of neat, but I don't know. It's like, I don't see herself using her more as a result of that. And then they just did not evo the units who actually needed it most, Alp and Labe. I wonder what they're waiting for. Because they definitely need it. And Christmas Melody needed them too, but they completely skipped her when the Ikebukuro Christmas Evos came by. Maybe like Alp Labe gets no Evo but a strong variant. I mean, Alp's variant is pretty good, I guess, from what I heard. People seem to like using him. I already gave my thoughts on him, so I don't know. That's not really addressing the problem, that's just more of a distraction. That's not a solution at all. It's like, hey look, we also received a variant. No, that's not acceptable. You need to make the old units good too. The heck? Like, a good variant's fine and all, but like, give a reason for like these units that are already here, you know? They'll make it like an unfortunate joke that's a running gag. Even they've like fixed so many units that were infamous for being terrible. Like the Atamine has been dead for so long now because he's actually found lots of uses, and Leak has been saved. But for some reason they still skip some very egregious units that really need it. I mean, I'm sure when they do receive their Evo, it's gonna be amazing because the more they wait, the better the defects will be available. But still, you got what I'm saying. They stick at it like a sore thumb, especially now as a result. Because they're 5s, aka target units, so I feel the payoff should be interesting, and not a gosh darn Kotaro 5. Kotaro 5's Evo was like somewhat neat, but in practice I just never used them, even with his Evo. And with that said, being able to inflict darkness, as well as I think he also inflicted one more, like, might have been Bind, something like that. Something that reduces damage as well as reducing both, preventing both skill activation and charge activation. That was a neat niche conceptually, but in practice, everyone's always immune to those things, so yeah. Unfortunately, Kotaro 5 never ended up being used for me. I even gave him some practice runs, but no, wasn't working. Also, Vanilla Alp got his skill Evo already. In the form of a smoke he got. That's not an acceptable Evo. His effect, like, jeez. Only like the most tested conditions can get him to charge on the very first turn, as well as have combo to like actually apply that all range effects. There's a coin stream after all, Pog. Yeah, of course there has been. I've been quite diligent. I know the last coin campaign I only did like one day, but that was just bad timing with other things I planned. This one I've been streaming every single day. There's been a coin for half stamina. Ara advocates for transient equality. I don't advocate for the equality. I advocate for all of them getting, you know, something interesting, something that gives them an identity that says, yes, this is how this unit plays. That's not equality. That's just maybe equity at best. I don't know describe it, but just, you know, give them a reason in game for existing, not just being filler. Filler. Oh, you pulled this unit. Well, this is the bad unit. Too bad. Pull again. No, give everyone a purpose for existing, functioning in game. Let there be no more Arslan Evo incident. After all this time, ever since that Evo, they still haven't released a challenge quest where like the enemy has unction and it would be relevant. Actually, thinking about it, the quest with what's it called Oguchi Mogami. Arslan would have been somewhat memey useful for them, but he had a lot of HP anyways in that one, so it probably wouldn't have been super effective anyways. But yeah, in that quest, Oguchi would steal every single buff that your ally had, the ally that hit him. And if Arslan hit him with Unction, then he would be able to take advantage of his permanent Unction strengthening without needing to charge. It's just a problem when, you know, he has a lot of HP to begin with, that even with Unction strengthening, it won't be enough. I don't know, someone like, I charge skill lock, everything, Ifrit would need one hell of an Evo to do decent, because he's a whole lot of nothing, yeah. His gimmick was very early on in terms of being one of the few choices to prevent charges, but yeah, just denying CP is usually a better strategy than inflicting like charge skill lock. So he definitely needs a rework for sure. Another unit that is conspicuously very outdated kit-wise. Dude does nothing else besides that. He is very clearly designed for that purpose. On release, he was the unique thing that no one else had that debuff. Too bad that debuff was never useful. Like, actually never useful. The problem with charge skill lock is that it doesn't reduce their damage. So it's like it doesn't do anything if they don't have a charge up. And it lasts for too few turns. Like, skill lock lasts for like 4 or 5 turns. I think it's 4 turns, but charge skill lock only lasts for like 3 turns. For some inexplicable reason. Which means that you can only effectively prevent charge for 2 turns. And then the next turn, because you unless you have Jurong nowadays, you can't really refresh debuffs. You couldn't refresh debuffs outright. They would get the charge eventually, just a few turns later. So it's like in Ifrit's best niche at the time, you would only be preventing the charge for a couple of turns. And there's plenty of ways you could have prevented it otherwise, just like reducing CP slightly, or, you know, inflicting fear or some shit like that. Time to open Housamo for 10 minutes before you stop streaming. You're only opening it now? Well, you know, I guess you're still reeling over your static. But, hey, 10 minutes of coin is maybe 400,000 total? It's something, I guess. Charge skill lock is very good for that Tinalos matchup. I guess. When you say it like that, PogChamp, fucking Ifrit being the perfect counter to Tinalos. Also, I said PogChamp. You can now officially cancel me on Twitter. Skill lock in 5 turns. Now it should only last 3 turns, but we definitely need a skill lock to last longer. Doesn't last the same amount of turns, but at least it reduces damage at the same time. But yeah, skill lock is 5 turns. Sorry, you were talking about skill lock, not charge skill lock. But thanks for the clarification. That's why it's such a strong effect. It's like, well, obviously having your skills up is generally more important than having your charge up, unless you're going for a charge setup. But even then, getting your charge up still requires you to have your skills up too, right? It's just a big clown moment for them to make it less turns, like do nothing else. Kind of be like gated by 1 turn of doing nothing with Ifrit. Actually a few turns, I'm pretty sure. He only starts with like 40 CP or some shit like that. So you need to like move him a lot to get that extra CP. To eventually reach 100 CP. It's just so much things have to align for such a short period of time of benefiting from it, and then they'll still do damage when they're not charging, so the fuck. And now that Jurong exists, you actually just don't need Ifrit at all, because I know I said it'd be more useful with debuff refreshment, but Jurong already inflicts darkness natively on turn 1. So it's like, he can already perma charge lock someone.
I have control 合体だ
There is one thing that Ifrit might have been useful for, at least his band variant. Ifrit had the very rare privilege of being able to inflict charge skill lock when hit. And I thought that would have been cool if it meant that if you're mid-charge and you hit him, then any units you subsequently hit would prevent them from activating their charge skill effect. So for example, if you activated crit every time you hit someone, then it just would no longer do that for subsequent turns. But no, it doesn't work like that, even though skill lock works that way. If you're in mid-attack with skill and you get skill lock halfway through, the rest of the units, you won't be activating your skills. But if you're a charge skill lock halfway through a charge, you're still going to be activating your charge skills, so it's kind of stupid. It's such a weak debuff that does nothing, is hard to get, is too rare, and is outclassed by darkness. And it's like generally worse than just reducing CP. Yeah, it's kind of a huge mistake status. Even fucking Poison and Burn got their redemption with their advantage things, but Charge Lock right now doesn't have a purpose, even in those booster effects. Yo, Gale, welcome back, welcome back. Why the fuck is... It sounds like we are in the backrooms. I know you said what backrooms was last time. What is the backrooms again? But yeah, we are just talking about, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about how shitty charge skill lock is and how pointless it is. It's not as useful as other weak effects that we're beginning nowadays, like Poison or Burn, which have various effects that makes them stronger. And it's just, it lasts for 2 few turns to be useful. And because of the timing of it, when you inflict it on attack, they'll get to charge anyways 2 turns later. You can't prevent that unless you refresh it. And if your refreshing debuff was Jurong, he can already inflict darkness, so it's like even more pointless. It doesn't reduce damage by itself, charge skill lock. Just reducing CP outright would be more useful. On Ifrit, especially, it's like he needs a couple turns, 3 turns at least to build it at that point. And he needs to move. It's just, and it doesn't prevent your charge skill mid-charge. It's so pointless. You don't know? Oh boy. I haven't read any creepypastas as of late. Like back in the day, I used to, but yeah, I don't really seek that stuff out anymore. You don't know? Oh boy, I already read that twice in a row because I'm a clown. Tatsuya was self-charge CS luck. I mean, what's it called? I think Makon has self-bind. At least conceptually it makes sense because they give themselves a, bind strengthening now. Of course, it was kind of a clown before, but his charge was reasonably strong enough that binding everyone on the board, that I guess it was somewhat justified. Welcome Tonka Mugen was a self-CS luck. I'm about to do what's called a pro gamer move. Well, see, it makes sense in that case because it's like, it's a very special kind that lasts for infinite turns, and it works functionally with his kit as a mechanic. But charge skill lock as a general status is not a mechanic, it's just a bad debuff.
I have control.
Backrooms are mistakes of the universe, where you can randomly enter a room, you find yourself trapped in long corridors with nobody, and that never ends, like an endless labyrinth. Oh, are you talking about subliminal spaces? I'm aware of subliminal spaces. Not subliminal, liminal spaces. Yeah, things that are in between layers, and it smells like moist in there. Moist is not a smell. Please do not ever use it as a way to describe smells again. But yeah, is there something peculiar with my sound that's happening? I'm pretty sure I have all my... Like, I did the sound test before I began, and I'm pretty sure there was no problem with it. Shouldn't be echoing excessively or anything. There is a bit of an artificial echo that I added, but that's just to make myself sound more legible. Fun fact, when you isolate everything and you remove echo, you actually become less legible than in real life, so that's why adding an echo after is important for legibility. Backroom is a creepypasta that became its own identity. I am aware of liminal spaces, I just didn't realize it was also backrooms. The sensation of entering the backrooms is moist. Why can't you guys just say it's moist in the backroom? Jesus Christ. Well, you know. I thought a lot of you would have liked a moist backroom, if you catch my drift.
I have control! 合体だ!
Yeah, it's basically gross, and for some reason you can't feel hunger, sleepy, or tired. I'm back. Welcome back, Joe. We're, for some reason, talking about backrooms, aka liminal rooms, where you're stuck in some kind of hellish, repetitive region that is moist, especially, apparently. It's just a very fancy way of saying modern-day limbo, I guess. A very specific kind of limbo. Produced from the minds of the internet. The backroom is an alternative reality where you're in level, there are negative levels. You know what a backroom would be? It would be me playing this, and streaming it, but I wasn't giving any commentary. And it was just playing fast shooter the entire time, aka without a proper playlist. That's what the backroom would be. Hopefully I have removed that feeling as much as possible with this personal playlist and this commentary. I love Kurugane art, but I'm sad I didn't get his base 5, and instead I ended up with a Sacred Artifact 46 Oz. I ended up with I already read that because it went up. Good thing I like Oz. Yeah, Oz is cute enough, but he definitely needs an Evo. Never mind, he got an Evo. He definitely needs another Evo. Besides the moist smell, since I have no idea how to imagine that, it kind of sounds cool. I'm imagining it's just a derivative of, you know that one SpongeBob episode where they go time traveling and then Squidward ends up alone and stuck in some abstract universe that is completely white, and that when he lifts the tile it like levitates and disappears. And then he says alone, and then a bunch of people start saying alone with like stylized text. I would say it's just a, you know, kind of a remix of that kind of area. Some limbo area that is very, you know, outside of our usual sense of normalcy. And you feel kind of trapped in it, and it just infinite loops. Backrooms at this point is like a whole community. There's series, monsters, and level with dragons. That is quite the mythos that I am suddenly walking into just from remarking on a comment about backrooms. Hello, Gail, I forgot to ask. I haven't seen you on Discord as much. What happened? Ooh, hopefully it's not too big of a reason. Oh, it's cute. Artifact is high too. I forgot what his charge does, but hopefully it has some... Actually, I do think his charge is one of the ones that gets better with a Sacred Artifact. It gives like vigor to self or something, I'm pretty sure. Something like that. So, I'm not sure how easy it is for him to get his charge, though, is the thing. When a creepypasta has more dragons than Housamo. If there's a if there's an area that you're stuck with, and it's all moist and it's full of dragons, I would say that's more of a paradise than a limbo. A backroom like that Ara would give a rating of unsafe. Like the one I described with Squidward. Okay, so there are different kinds. Some, not all of them are as bad as the others. Yeah, Joe. About that, I'm taking a hiatus from Discord because of personal stuff, although I miss y'all. No, it's fine. Hiatuses and the Samacord come hand in hand. I mean, it's not just that. This Discord in general, being too interpersonal with people, you know, sometimes drama arises and sometimes tensions become kind of unfathomably burdensome. And an easy way out to resolve it is just to take some time off from it. And sometimes those times off remain permanent. Other times they come back, but I don't mean to push these things on you. I'm just saying I have experience with it too. And I've seen a lot of people also take a step out of it. Now, I've never actually left the Sun Accord or anything, but I have uninstalled Discord a few times before. Yeah, I think this was like way back in the day when I was maybe still doing like, when I was still in university. Was I even doing this in university? I can't even say. Maybe it was just like early in work. But essentially, just the people drama there was distracting me too much from, you know, doing my job. Oh, that's alright. I actually might be doing the same sometime this month as well. Take care. Self-care month. That's me next month in May when I head out. I don't mind the drama, to be honest. It's like watching telenovelas, but it takes a lot of my time talking in there. Not that I mind, but I had to be more responsible. Oh, okay. Well, sometimes it's not as serious as personal drama, and I mean more so if you're in the middle of that drama than just observing it from someone else. But yeah, sometimes other people just leave it for more practical reasons, like, yeah, it's kind of hard to avoid the call of other people in. Because to chill out with other people, you kind of need to turn off your brain, and many times in real life you need to make sure your brain is working. But yeah. Good luck to both of you, Joe and Gail, when that happens. My grass touching era. Why did that become such a popular expression, something grass touching? Whatever happened to that other expression, you know? Go out. I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to go out. Get some sunlight, something like that. Also, I think it's kind of just like a boring expression in general because, I mean, grass in a way is very artificial too. It's just kind of like a weed. Well, maybe not a weed, but just a very basic level species that's artificially planted everywhere because it makes everyone's lawns look pretty. And it's our way of saying go out, but it's like, you know, you're not really being with nature if you touch grass, it's just more artifice out there. Just appear, say something controversial, refuse to elaborate, and leave. I feel like you're calling out someone specific here. Honestly, I wouldn't even say who specifically. There's a number of people who kind of did that. It means to go... No, I know what it means. I'm just saying it's just like... You know, why did it replace go outside? I hate outside. Too much people. I'm not particularly agoraphobic, so I don't mind interacting with people outside, at least if it's with friends. With that said, I'm not gonna be like people in MMORPGs or other games like that where you actually talk to random strangers and ask for directions and ask about the locale for information. Now that was something I never understood in Final Fantasy XIV, or in very least I couldn't sympathize with. Oh yeah, it's just this common thing that everyone does, go talk to the locals to gather information. And I'm like, ugh, but that would require talking to strangers. That's not me. And more funny to say, oh shit. Oh no. Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, that was the thingy. The app I use. I don't know why it randomly disconnected, but give me a moment. Speed train. Turn it on, please. Oh my god. Oh no. I don't know how to say this, but I might have to turn off my stream here because it's not letting me screen share anymore because of low battery. You see it says 6% right there. And it just stopped because it was low battery. Let me see if I can make it last a bit longer, but switch this out with this one instead. But yeah, as I was saying before, my phone is really shit. You can see it's charging. It was charging the entire time. It's running out of battery anyways. I've switched chargers now to a new one I bought, but I don't think it actually made anything better. And now some of the sound effects are gone. Very cool. Anyways, maybe I should just restart the game at this point to get the sound back. Let me know what you guys prefer. 90% of the sounds are gone to shit. Oh, drama. I do remember something, but enough about that. I'm just taking breaks so I can focus on class and finally get my driver's license. Good luck with that when it happens. Chief's team gives me chills. A very appropriate team. I got chills when my game crashed, or at least my streaming. Same, I avoid people a lot, but I'm not particularly agoraphobic. That was the topic I was on before. Tim, tech problems understandable. Charge your phone. I've been charging my phone. I've been telling you, my phone is so fucking horseshit. Jesus Christ. Let's see the percent. It's still 7%. It's plugged in. It's still 7%. It's not going anywhere. God damn it. I am crying, just like the moon right now, just like the song. You know what? I don't mind extending the stream just a tiny bit, just so that I can, what's it called? Restart this game to get sound effects, because as unimportant as sound effects are, you know, it's one of the few sound effects we're getting at all. Might as well restart the game while we do it. So give me a moment, technical difficulties, while I reboot my game so that the sounds will reload, because when something like that happens, the sounds just die randomly. By the way, we're at 8% now. Very poopy phone. I cry every time. But that's the first time it's happened after like 6 days in a row of streaming this? Jesus Christ. So anyway, if you guys want to support me financially, you can always join as a channel member. It's right there. Just saying. Or super chat me. I'm not done, Jonathan. Jesus Christ. Well, you know, if you want to leave, that's fine at this point. For disrupting the flow. But yeah, as I was saying before, my problem with going out isn't people, generally. Even though I wouldn't ever do something Final Fantasy 14 like talk. Jesus! No! Prisma, you can't be the only one. Prisma, no! No, Prisma! You're too good to me. Prisma, my best. Anyways, thank you very much, Prisma. I'm not gonna freak out as much anymore, but suffice to say, you are the current owner of my soul right now. Thank you very much. I could also just make the sound effects yourself. I think that's a terrible idea. No thanks. To quote somebody, so cool, so smooth. I want to crawl into a hole and die. Yeah, that's my feeling. Yeah, go Prisma, the owner of my soul. Alright, let us resume, and the stream will go on for a few minutes extra longer as a result, and this is the wrong quest because of that interruption. Just so that I can end up spending 17 drinks as usual. And maybe so Irby can, you know, crank in a bit more grinding as well if he's still watching. Thank you very much, my dear Prisma. By the way, you see that emoji? The Tamayo! You get that if you join as a channel member, so, you know, considering it. It's as cheap as it can be, $1. I can't actually make it free, so there's that to consider. But yeah, my real reason for not going out is I'm lazy. It's not complicated. Also, this might sound like a really like old person thing to say, but I kind of like get annoyed with how much my knees hurt when I walk for extended periods of time. So I kind of just avoid anything that involves like extended periods of time outside. And dressing up is a pain, and then that requires, you know, that means more laundry you'd have to wash. Battery life? Okay, good. It's slightly better at charging than the one I was playing before. Why go outside when Housamo inside? One of these days, I will have a phone good enough that can actually be played outside with Housamo. You should add a send a delete emoji. I can only add exactly 4 right now, because of the number of channel members I have. The moment I have 2, I believe I can add a few more. So, you know, if anyone wants to join and increase that emoji list, you can be the one. I go out to walk dogs. Hey, very profitable you, very industrious rather. You have like an actual job on top of that, I think you mentioned. So, damn. I presume you walk other people's dogs, not just yours. But for me, yeah, generally I don't plan to go out very often. I did go out with my brother recently to eat out some pho, which was nice. And for the next few weekends, not the coming one, but the last 3 weekends of April, I'm gonna be hanging out with friends to plan to celebrate my birthday, which I will not specify what specific day it is. But other than that, I mean, that's gonna be super busy, more busy than usual for me. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for me. My knees suck. I would join Ara, but I'm literally broke right now. Cry. It's fine. What would you do if Goemon out? He would obviously break out all of his revival stones and spend it on him instead. Our dog's just working in an office. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god, August joined! Oh my god! He got number 2! August! I worship you. You and Prisma. Thank you for joining. And enjoy the emojis. You now have access to 4 splendid emojis that convey various emotions. And if you guys have any suggestions for what other emojis to add, I will gladly consider them. You got me. Thank you, August. From the bottom of my heart, everyone. I love you all. The most important emoji. Everyone, y'all are missing out on Dual Self. I think my mood just got boosted a lot higher, so I'm gonna continue the stream a good amount more than usual. Let's go for at least 3 hours and 30 minutes, maybe even 4 hours. Don't worry, it's not gonna go on forever because I do not have enough drinks for that. But yeah, by the end of the stream when it was originally planned to end, I should have had around 5 drinks left over, so there's very few by that point anyways. I can have the Goemon one. For sure. It's one of my favorites. The one consideration I'd want to say is, I'm just a bit worried of using art that is, you know, some other artists and making a profit out of it. I try to avoid that. Like Duo Self, that's just Duo's face from art, and then I put on Duo's coloring on him. And then the Tomoe art is just really just 4-star, and the G art is just, well, someone made that, but that's actually just Furufubi's mouth pasted onto leaked 5-star's face. And the Java1 art is from the game itself, or at least from the company with their promo video. So I keep that consideration in mind before you recommend anything. Ideally, it'd be something that would be, you know, not ripping off some other artist. That isn't directly already in Housamo. Prisma and August, rich confirmed. Well, it's certainly rich of heart and making me feel like $1 million. So thank you very much, you guys. Imagine being no straight and rich. Not straight and rich. Sounds like most furries, most suspiciously rich furries that can afford lots of commissions and fursuits and all that. Draw it yourself if you don't want royalties. Yeah, that's always an option. I have some skill with Photoshop in terms of modifying existing art and adding color filters. So I have a good understanding of coloring and shading. But drawing, I'm lacking experience in that, frankly. So, you know, it's something to consider.
I have control. 合体だ。合体だ。
But yeah, it's less about royalties and more about just principle of it. I mean, royalties are important to you, but I wouldn't even know how to set up that process. It's more about, I don't want to get involved with the messiness of that end. Also, just want to not steal profit of what someone else would ostensibly benefit. I could also just pay someone else to draw it for me. So that's a consideration I could do. But I don't really... Wait, I do know a couple artists I could refer. But I don't know. It's just in the talks for now. Just in the brainstorming section. OMG, my wallet wants to suicide every time I see someone with a fursuit. How in the fuck can someone afford that? I mean, LifeWonders afford it too. But then again, they afford the very massively popular gacha games. The only answer can be that everyone with a fursuit has developed their own gacha game, obviously. I like grinding the coin, because it's good having it on hand in case some spur of the moment idea comes on. It's always good to have extra backed up. Not just spending immediately for what seeds you have, but also you know there's going to be seeds in the future, and you don't know when the next coin campaign is going to happen. Let's see the power level. 12%, baby! 12%! Alright, we're moving up. Goddamn fucking local phone charging near me. Not charging enough for some reason.
So, 準備は大丈夫かい？後半合体だ。合体だ。I have control. 合体だ。
I play with the thought of commissions, but what and do I need it? Yeah, I've played with the thought too. Commissions seem pretty pricey to me, although everyone in the furry community seems to think it's fair pricing because everyone in the furry community is apparently rich. But it's also like catering to very specific things to them. So I can respect that much, at least the privilege of specificity of a custom make. But yeah, I might consider commissions in the very least for something like this if, something to attract you guys. Plus, obviously, I have my own sources of income too outside of this. So it's not like I'm being fed absolutely nothing here. Anniversary coins is clearly the best way to farm coins. 50 million coin each 1 year. It's an acceptable way, but it's not farmable. It's definitely one of the better choices. That one meme video I did about the coin anniversary, I would say it would have been in the reverse meme where he actually gets more like happy. Mr. Incredibles, that is. But only if you actually get the seeds first, because I would say seeds are still more important. With that said, I'm making around 50 million every 2 days I grind, so I would have made triple that just from this campaign, roughly. Yeah, that's why I stick to my artists for Tatsuya and Yui for commissions and stuff, because they only ever charge like 25 at most. And trying to save up if I want to do some commission, someone like from the artist for Hilda's Vinny. Hold on, give me a second to reread the name. Hilda's Vinny. Actually, I read it the first time. I saw that meme, it was peak content. I'm glad. I was so inspired. Truth be told, I was just thinking of that perfect meme for like an entire week before, and just like imagining how it would go the entire time. It's like, this meme needs to be made. And it needs to exist. What's your gold yield after this spring campaign? 24 million per day. So in total, that would be like 144 million in total. Presuming I get the same amount, if not more, for this day. I have much less than that though, because I've actually been actively spending that coin during the campaign. But the gross total I made, yeah, definitely around 144 million.
I have control.
It's been fun, but I gotta go. It's starting to get late, and I want to grind a little bit more coins myself. Laters, and hope you have a good weekend. Thank you for joining John Rivera all this time. It's been a pleasure, as always. I hope you have good luck grinding for this very last day, and good luck with the rest of your week too. So, see you around, and hopefully you both enjoy the coming new semester. Peace!
Sa, 準備は大丈夫かい後輩合体だ I have control 合体だ 合体だ 合体だ
The two artists I would consider for commissions would be Hemi, who is a stand of Ophion. You guys might have seen some of his art before. I'm not even sure if he's active on the Discord anymore. I haven't really seen him active in SoundCloud. But as well as Mango Shake. His art's been really good. And if you've seen my profile pic in Discord, he drew that too. Right. So he is definitely one of my favorites in terms of artists that I actually know personally. Doesn't just draw like in his own style, but like draws in very meme styles too. Can really replicate a feel of something very well. Maybe I could also ask Judy, but I don't know. I can't get a good feel for him, but we're on pretty good terms, I guess. I could ask him too. Bye, till new semester banner discussion. Oh, heading out now? Okay, thank you for joining, Prisma. Thank you. It's been quite the ride, but yeah, I know I'm dragging you on for a while, but I am going to go for the victory lap and going for an extra 30 minutes. Mango is a fantastic artist, but yeah, I'll see you around, Prisma, and as always, stay awesome. Yeah, Mango not only has his own cool art style and his own original characters, I think they're original guys, but you know, he speaks to, you know, the internet enjoyer in me in terms of making memes out of everything, and perfectly replicating art style like Lewis Mighty or fucking Megan and She. There was Saki leaked, which is my current profile pic, and then he drew that no bitches meme for the Subaccord banner. Oh god, he's fantastic. Creepy, tense music, plus like Lowe's, Kurugane, and his buddies killing for money back there is something I never thought would come to my mind here. Yeah, the grinding invokes all sorts of emotions for me, and it can be joyful and productive like this to intense personal suffering, which thankfully my playlist can convey. Mango made the best piece of art out of the 2020s, Lewis Mighty. Yeah, I think we really need to contact the Louvre right now and have them replace the Mona Lisa. Just put Lewis Mighty there. It would be perfectly framed. A lot of people would go for that, I'm pretty sure. He made a walk-on edit. I'll send you in DMs. Hold on. God damn, Mango's. You see this? This is why I think Mango's like so amazing. Not only is he a great artist, like there's a lot of great artists in the community, but the thing with him is he actively engages one-to-one with people and makes personal memes like that. It's so cool. So like he feels like a buddy, is what I'd say, and he definitely deserves the respect that I'm giving him right now. Yeah, I love the Family Guy. He made an entire set. It's freaking amazing. Gonna farm coins myself too. Totally will need your kit discussion team since I will be out from Discord. See y'all. Alright, I'll be looking forward to your return in that discussion then. And enjoy your break from Discord, and good luck with the rest. I don't know. But yeah, see you around, Gale.
やったよな後輩。俺とお前は最高のパートナーだよ。
When will the new semester start? If it doesn't start immediately after this campaign, I'm gonna cry. Because then who knows when it'll start. It definitely needs to start soon because I'm leaving in May. But yeah, the assumption is it'll be released during the April period. Early April, hopefully. I remember someone drawing a sail walk on.
I have a control.
Oh, he actually shared. Maybe I'll go take a look at it right now. It's American Dad walk-on. I think I saw that this morning actually. And then Mango actually made like some kind of he made some sort of pun in relation to the theme song too. Completely brilliant this man is. Sit down, Einstein and Isaac Newton. We have a genius of our generation that will shine above you all. Is there a variant you're looking for other than Leaked? Goemon. Yeah, easy, Goemon. But other than that, Jurong, even though he's recently released, but fucking like Shenong released a variant like less than 6 months after he came out, so if it could happen for him, it could happen to Jurong. Who else? It'd be neat if any of the units I already seeded would be bonus, but you know, it's primarily who I like most. Who I want variants for is just really depending on who I like as characters and the design. So it'd be Jurong and Goemon and Leaked, of course. So I'd be very excited for Leaked, namely because he already has a variant, which would mean like it'd be like a kind of admission of specialness if they decide to give him a second variant. Then again, fucking Jiraiya received a second variant for some inexplicable reason. That was always confusing to me, but sure. See? Yeah, Goemon variant. I mean, come on. It's obvious. Goemon's amazing. Goemon de aru. But yeah, I have him fully skill seated. And honestly, his Evo was quite strong. Obviously, it's not really used in challenge quests very often so far, but he's like the only unit that can, you know, steal buffs in a regular kit without needing to move. At a pretty high rate at that too. Like 40%, 50% if you have a, what's called the thing up, skill seating. And also being able to debuff Freshen, and still being the only unit to be able to spread debuffs. That is infectiously spread to units who didn't have it before from adjacent enemy units. That's a very unique thing to him. So I like where Goemon is, even if he's not like busted in terms of usage statistics. He has a very special place that will always be a potential use spot. I want him so much, same. Makes sense. I'm personally looking forward to Sathagwa, Cuban Kami. Oh my god, Cuban Kami, I'd love a variant for him too. Even though I haven't seeded him. I should seed him eventually one day. Yeah, Cuban Kami, definitely up there for me. Sathagwa, that's one of the units I'm just like, I feel like I should like, but and everyone loves, but I'm just like, I'm only kind of like, he's okay. With that said, it would be nice to see Sath actually receiving a kit that, you know, is actually interesting. Mango is really talented. Respect to him, son. It's not just his talent, like, it's also his down-to-earthness with it engaging with the community. Because, like, there have been other artist types in the Samo court, and Let me tell you, they're not exactly always the best to engage with. Not always speaking in your level, per se. Yeah. The neat thing about Manga is he really just feels like one of us, except he can make memes out in very detailed with images. And I don't mean to boil him down to just a meme too. He is quite a respectable artist for his own craft as well. But, you know, approachability is definitely important in terms of considering for commissions in this case. That's why he comes to mind. Hati variant to LifeWonders. Not gonna happen, probably. When are we gonna receive a Lucifeature variant? That'd be interesting to see. Just for them technology, yes, Lucifeature exists. A Chernobog variant would be cool too. He already has a variant. You mean a second variant? Ugh, I don't know about that. Well, it's fine. Like, we already had fucking second variant for Seth, so... As much as I think Chernobog is kind of overrated, that feeling is not as intense as how much I feel about how Seth is overdone, so... I guess Chernobog variant would be fine in comparison. Yeah, he's very approachable. That's what I go for, yeah. And as a result, I will be most likely approaching him if I am approaching anyone with a commission request. With that said, that's assuming he's even accepting something like that. Who knows? Maybe he's just doing it for fun and he doesn't actually want to put a business in it, which I would also respect and would think it's very cool for. I wonder what variant would they give Hati here if he ever does get one. The variant that actually does things, most likely. Hopefully. Seth is an alpha gamer. How would Delta and Sigma gamers play though? Can we get an Ellie variant? I missed a big opportunity on the Hell Onsen. Yeah, it'd be cool to see an Ellie variant, I think. She's well designed enough, and you know, maybe they can commit to actually giving a female double 5 stars, and actually not putting them on fucking Nether and Ether slot for once. Think of all the 5-star females we have. There is Alice, Nether type. Ben 10, Ether type. Gabriel, Ether type. Babylon, Nether type. Ellie, Nether type. It's always Nether Ether, so big F to the lesbians in this game. Can't put them all in the support slot as a result. And the Jacob variant, I want him so much. You and Zelgus, I'm sure. Jacob's okay. I just think his story and role in the story is very weird. It wouldn't even have made sense for the event itself. Then again, neither was Kami exactly needed there or important. In reference to... well, presuming something about Kami. Hecate, Nether type, let's go. Cease, Jerbier! Cease! That is a bad idea. This, like, ratioed. Oh, Hell Onsen, I see. Yeah, I don't know the events of that game, but that event, what transpired in that. But you seem to like it enough for Daikoku's role in it. Whatever that it may be. Lianen Chi variant that does the exact same thing she already does. I mean, just give her 90% rates and I'll be happy. I'd be happy for the Lianen Chi variant too because I already skill seeded her. Just make her busted too. I wouldn't mind that. LifeWonders, please release a busted unit that I already fully skill seeded. Please and thank you. Yours truly, Ayrton. Oh, whoa, Ara's stream. Jesus Christ, Vivid. You definitely would not have made the stream if I didn't decide to stream for 30 more extra minutes. And that definitely wouldn't have happened if my phone didn't just spontaneously almost die halfway through. I think Hell Onsen has probably had the best event plot in over a year of events, really. Well, look at you keeping up with all the event stories. Then again, I gotta say, events really do play out differently if you know, actually see them in engine versus reading a translation of them. There was a lot of so-called bad events or uninteresting stories that, when I actually saw them in person, when they were finally translated officially, were actually quite decent. Like, the most egregious example being Gendarme, which everyone said was like a story that didn't make sense, but I would say I had a lot of fun with that story. And it made plenty of sense, I'd think, and also expounded on Shadows a lot, too. So, some extending lore beyond just the event itself there. Lianen variant, but more broken. Yes, please. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the translation for this. And very least, a lot of the kits were interesting, so I would want to believe that the stories will be interesting too this past year. Gnarly variant. Yeah, he does deserve one. And you know, it's not like a Sigma or a Zigma isn't making new units. He really just made a Nomad recently, so Neuralator could be in Horizon soon. He also made one for Snow. So it's kind of weird. He's kind of like a moderate in terms of not always making new unit designs, but also not being completely absent. Like he also hasn't touched Gandharva as well. So, you know, it'll happen, but probably not as fast as we'd like. Does it have VR? Do you mean the story? Are you comparing it to Virtual Summer Memory? I don't know about that. I don't know how that story goes. It doesn't have VR. That explains a lot then. Oh, that explains a lot for Virtual Summer Memory. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. But I feel like it's one of those events that don't have the same impact if you don't read it on release. Maybe that's fair enough. I don't fully understand the feeling in terms of what's called the story, but maybe in terms of like the newness of it, along with being paired with the kits, maybe there's a point there, half a point there. The Anon variant with defense buffs and healing. I mean, we already have fucking Tangaroa with Itsam now. It's like whatever Lianon does defensively will not be able to match at that point. And a Hega variant, same. No, I know you said Agyo. Because a key plot point / twist was spoiled already all over the server and wiki. Oh yeah. Well, that's just that's just everyone spoiling as well. That's not the fault of the translation. Jesus Christ. I know what you're talking about. It's the one with the true identity of Daikoku or something. Or at least the one in story, the young Daikoku or whatever. But it's so... I'm so frustrated by people casually spoiling things in the server until it becomes a meme and everyone knows it. Especially when people keep on sharing battle spoilers. They did it today, this afternoon as well in the help channel. I was like, oh cool. The same quest that was spoiled just a couple weeks ago. Again, and someone asking about it. God damn it. No one ever reads server rules. R19 variant. I mean, R19's inoffensive enough. And, you know, some people like robots, like, what's it called? Erta. So it could be good to Swords and Bone. Nah, that's not it. Oh, okay. Then I wouldn't know what spoilers. Maybe I'm not spoiled then. Don't tell me what the spoilers to confirm if I know it or not. That would be kind of defeating the purpose. Oh yeah, is it about Jurong's identity? Yeah, that's spoiled too. God damn it. That one I wish I could reverse because I actually like Jurong and would like to know that coming in. I'm sorry, Ara. What are you sorry about? Are you sorry about spending your stones on revivals? You see, should be. Like Cuckoo, step on me, king. It was too late by the time I read that. I only realized after what I was saying.
I have a control. Tied up. Got tied up. I have got tied up. Got tied up. I got tied up.
Spoilers. Oh, you're sorry about the spoilers. I mean, it's not just you, it's so many people in the server. I even tried to tell people to mark off the spoilers now. Yeah, I noticed that. Thank you for that. Big bro move right there.
I got tied up.
I wish I could unsee that stuff, but it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. No, it's not fair. It shouldn't be this way. It's not even the server's fault, it's just that the documenting purpose of the wiki. If you mean like the research file, then... Oh, you mean like the categorization by worlds? I mean, I specifically avoid reading that at that point anyways. I just saw spoilers of it otherwise because of people were talking about it on the main server, honestly. It would have been spoiled anyway with the way it was structured. Yeah.
I have a contract.
Especially with that challenge quest. It's like, what's up with that? It's like, Jurong turning into a giant beast, and it's like, you're not gonna forget that even 2 years from now when it's finally gets reprinted. Very, very unfortunate. But, again, it's just kind of... It's not even the game's fault at that point, it's just people being people. Whether it's a direct fan translation or people spoiling it outside of that. I mean, yeah, I guess it's also the game's fault for what's it called, not translating right away. I'm just waiting for that day. Please translate. Oh, I almost had a heart attack there. 249 pesos. Thank you very much, Vivid Waivers. I was like, wait a minute, don't tell me those dollars. I forgot what the translation rate for that is, but thank you very much, Vivid Waivers. I don't know how to contextualize that, but I'm going to assume it's at least $1. So my heart goes out to you, Vivid Waivers. Thank you very much, Pog Champ. I also said it unironically again. You can go cancel me on Twitter again. God damn it. You need to avoid saying that. It's hard to talk about things we like about this game because everything is spoilers, and it's hard to justify what you like without spoiling it. You can talk about it on the spoiler channel, maybe. Leaked. Leaked indeed. Let me just put myself in a Tomoyo for all y'all. Alright, let us resume. Now do a $420 amount. It's peso, everyone. Calm down. I would have literally had a heart attack if it was $240, but I think the translation rate actually might be like... I'm just gonna Google it, I'm not gonna guess.
I have a control.
$6. Thank you very much for the $6. Love ya. Thank you very much for the support. I'll put everything into my stream. I mean, I'm already in the negative when it comes to trying to upgrade my stream setup between the new computers and the new chargers and various things like that. Software. Okay, that's a lie. I pirated the software, but you know, everything around my computer, so between the new computer and everything, and yeah, I'm already working towards investing in this upgrading stream, but I will continue doing that. Thank you for the support, Vivid Waivers. Nosferatu. The T was silent. That is a very interesting remark. When will you stream choices, Ara? Till $54 US. It's the difference between CAD, that. It's probably Filipino pesos, FYI, so want to switch it to PHP. Those are Philippine pesos, most likely, yeah. Is that like a stop sign with a 5 on it for some reason? I don't know what that means. Oh god, you're talking about that mobile game, aren't you? God damn it. Fucking Choices, the one that you kept on sharing. It was so confusing why you got into that game, and you know, I guess some people are really into it, but I don't know, I couldn't tell if you're enjoying it seriously or like facetiously. For those that don't know, Choices is this mobile game where you progress a story and can choose things, but you have to pay for like the better choices. And then the stories that Irby usually shares are related to, I don't know, being a Yas Queen bitch slay. And it's very confusing. I don't know how to describe it. Can they translate chapter 12 already? I hope they translate it in May so that I don't have to make any content except for videos, and I can always just upload that later so that I won't be missing out when I am gone for my trip in May. No, why Irby? That's... I mean, he likes what he likes. Let's not, you know, shame him for it, but I can admit that it's beyond my understanding. OMG, my husband fell asleep on the toilet. Better divorce him over it. That's exactly how Choices is like. Oh my god. You know, Irby, since you actually play it, it would be a better choice for you to stream it. Unironically at that point. Yeah, I mentioned a few times already, but in May I'm gonna be taking a trip, so sad to say, but there will be no uploads or streams or anything like that during that period. Maybe I'll make a community post or two, but definitely no video uploads or streams with my shitty laptop. Unless I'm like super desperate, but no, don't count on it. I did it for a bad meme, but stayed for the good memes. Okay. I mean, it's either that or Housamo, which is dead right now, or Final Fantasy, which you are burnt out by, so I guess, you know, due to the choices you have, you might have... you'd watch it. I mean, honestly, it would be a good streaming choice because it's like, with the paid options, I'm sure a lot of people would want to see the options without paying for it. And, of course, there's just the whole social aspect of what makes it funny. That's episode, not choices. Getting fact-checked by Irby. God damn. With something like this. That's just proof that Irby really is loyal to this stuff and knows his stuff. I hope you have a nice trip, Ara. Thank you very much. It's gonna be my first vacation in over 10 years. So a long time coming, and I think it's gonna be great for just a fresh take on things and maybe breathe like new life in me kind of being fixed-minded for a while about not wanting to take trips and, you know, I don't need it. Maybe I do need it. Maybe I need something, a new perspective. I have high hopes for it, but we'll see if it turns out any good. Damn. I hope you have... I remember that. I meant dang. Yeah. They do have funny ads like that, though. I mean, that's how they get you. That's how they got you. I'm getting fact-checked, girl boss, gate kept ratioed. That sounds something that'd be exactly in that game. Yeah, I was referencing hats. You haven't unlocked the toilet divorce. I gotta admit, the writing must be pretty decent if they're able to constantly churn out enough choices like that and stories to stay on a profit margin. Like, it's one thing to be a gacha where, you know, you can spend on content that can be eventually reprinted and all that with new units and all that, but in choices you're actually paying for the choices, so at that point the thing that's keeping you going is good writing, or at least writing that you find interesting enough. So I guess respect to them for at least keeping that level of good writing across every choice. Well, maybe not good, but engaging. I love how stupid mobile game ads are. They're like a whole different realm of design. They're like, how do I describe this?
I have a control.
It's like if that DS game Brain Age and those Elsa Spider-Man videos on YouTube that no one can explain or are kind of weird had a baby. That would be the ads of choices videos.
I got tied up.
They usually let you access almost everything in the books with non-paid choices, but you need to pick all the correct ones all the way up to the end. Oh wow, that's pretty decent of them. So I guess that also encourages multiple race views, which is pretty neat too. Yes, OMG, those Elsa Spider-Man videos. Yeah, that was very cursed. I was just like, how is this allowed to exist? You watch them and it's just like something out of an art, like a horror film, but it's with like these like, you know, kid-friendly characters. It was like, had this very sinister undertone to it that I couldn't fully explain. And that's the feeling I get from those choices ads. It's a very sinister, threatening feeling, mixed with like Brain Age. OMG Brain Age. I love that game. Yeah, it was a very popular game back then. I never owned the game, but it was popular enough that I managed to play it on a friend's DS. Oh wow, we're really running low now. No, I wanted to forget. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It never happened. I never mentioned Spider-Man. I never mentioned Elsa. The Elsa Kate video. Also Spider-Man featuring Joker, Venom, Mickey Mouse, and Paw Patrol. Now, it wouldn't be bad if it was just as characters, but it was also what they were doing that was just like, what the fuck? I think some of them was like spanking or like wearing diapers or injecting shit on to each other. It was some weird ass shit like that, like that you would think would be found in the dark web, but instead no, it's found in YouTube. It's just found on YouTube. Because, and the thing is, it's not like they have ads on them or something. So I don't understand, like, why someone made that video. Maybe, like, I get it if you want to, like, make videos that kids click, sure, because it might be quite profitable in that way, although there's laws against that now. I'm pretty sure for YouTube's following it with the whole, is this video suitable for kids? But sure, you know, profit off of kids. But why did he have to make it that weird? That doesn't entail anything, you know, that is not related to profit. Why did it have to be this disturbing and, like, horror creepypasta content? I don't understand. I just don't understand the motive behind it. It is beyond my grasp. I'm always seeing then dark fake Pokemon ads. Thankfully, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen ads in such a long time because I have used an ad blocker. Make sure you consider using one, except on my videos, of course, but I'm not going to say that. Wait, what? Where do you all find that stuff? Also, it sounds like those vids need Jesus. It needs a lot more than Jesus. Yeah. And everyone who's ever seen those videos also probably needs something like therapy right after that point. Jesus Christ. It is fetishy. It's the weird thing. But it's not like... It's never outright sexual. It's like sexual adjacent at best. And then it'd be like extremely specific of sexual. It's like diaper play and then spanking and then needles and then... Ugh. I don't know. It was like, if there was an underbelly of the internet, I would expect to find that there, not on YouTube. I found it from a channel that reacted to it. It's dead now. Channel was Cow Chop. Yeah, it's really. I need application. God damn it. So does no one know the explanation for it? Why it was designed like that? I get if they wanted to pick those characters for the clicks. I don't get why they picked that subject matter. I have got tied up. Because like at that point, it's like, if you were to attribute an actual reason for it, I can't really think of anything besides they actually just wanted to, you know, corrupt the children in some way. And I'm not usually one that like cares about touting that, but that's like there is no explanation for that other than that was their end goal to like truly corrupt them to the darkest of the dark, and for what ends to, I don't know, to maybe like eventually make the next anti-Satan grow up who watched the video. I don't know. It's so weird. They did put trauma in little kids. Yeah, I don't understand. Dan Schreier probably directed those videos. I'm not intelligent enough to not understand the reference, but maybe I recognize their movies or something. Appropriate music cue right there. I think the idea behind the video was to capitalize on kids' curiosity in taboo topics, especially sexual stuff. They don't have curiosity about those things. They don't even know about them. They're just introducing them there. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? They did softcore too, I think. Oh yeah, there was like those games where like you're doing dentistry and then it was like grossly violent and graphic. Oh god. I have a control. Tied up. Watch that anti-Satan get someone into Housamo. Their love quest will be inviting you to watch a video with Elsa and Spider-Man. No, it'll be inviting you to wear an Elsa costume while they put on a Spider-Man costume. And then like you have a romantic moment of spanking each other. Like, yeah, I'm not one for, again, to like, oh no, the corrupting or this. I'm not like that, but like, there is no other explanation I can think of other than someone thought they could corruptly use them. I guess it's half a reason to think, oh, to work on their curiosities, but there's no source of curiosity for that. That's their first introduction into that topic at that point. Jesus Christ. No. Alright, let's move along. Good idea, JBR. What's the thing for new semester you're hoping for? Stop describing the CG. I don't really care about the Kenshi. Hecate would be cool, but I don't really know the characters enough to really care about them. It would be neat to see some of the dungeon characters that were only story exclusive so far. Like there was for those who haven't watched the dungeons, I will just not say who they are, but there was like a couple in Kingo's and there was one in Ryota's, so they would be okay to have new. As for like brand new updated ones, I just want someone who's really well designed, just like a Juron was. And kit wise, I want them to be amazing, of course, but not busted. Make all of them amazing and set a new standard for everyone for the new year. Just like the previous new semester did with Yoritomo and Mephistopheles and Volsislav and all those units. The fire never bothered me anyway. Battery check? 33%. Good.
I have control. 合体だ。いけ。合体だ。合体だ。
Isn't this music appropriate? Just letting that topic of Elsins by Ren settle. Alright, let me just re-carry the topic back to new semester again. So, yeah, I don't really care about the Kenshis. They're gonna come out either way. I would want someone with a good kit and good design. It would be neat to have someone from the dungeons. And... what else would I want? There's like a general... what I want for it is not just the kits themselves per se, but what they do for the rest of the game, in terms of changing the ecosystem of the standard of games to go forward. Maybe when a new Star Wars game releases, Cash Money Cat. Hey, you like your Star Wars games, huh? I actually haven't really played any, but I know they're very popular. Besides the microtransactions. Arabi, a baddie born after 1993. All he knows is to charge the phone, grind coins, spam Tomio, eat hot chip, and lie. Well, that's a very good way of summarizing me. Especially the lying back and relaxing thing. Although, to be honest, I don't really eat chips very often. Too oily for my fingers. I like the taste of them, but it's just like, no. I'm very particular when it comes to not trying to get oil on my other things. Definitely not on streaming, at least. I know this is sudden, but we are fast approaching the end of the stream. I think I'll just call quits for 30 extra minutes in. As you saw, I have used more than 17 by now. Since we began with 21 and we're ending off with only 1 drink remaining. Yeah, I'm like very, very drink scarce now. Me being a total Star Wars fan recently, a new game released, but it's $60. Ah, so expensive. That is expensive, but it's not the worst. I bought a lot more insanely expensive due to my friends requesting it. I got Final Fantasy because friends asked, and I got what's it called? One of my friends told me to get like Total War, and then we played it once, and we never finished campaign. And then he told me to get the other one, and we started one, and then we never finished campaign. Let me just say it was annoying. Should I do one more? I'm like awkwardly close to my max stamina, so I'll just do one more. Dang, RB one thirsty B. I mean, you know it. Is it made by EA? I would presume so, because they're the ones who's been handling the Star Wars games lately, the popular ones anyways. Oh yeah, I want Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, that's happening one day eventually. Alright, I don't know if you saw, but the new patch is in 2 weeks, as in the week after the next starting tomorrow. The week after the next starting tomorrow. Yeah, I noticed. I'm honestly leaning towards not resubbing. If I'm gonna resub, it definitely has to be now because I'm gone in the next month. I'm not gonna enjoy half a month subbing halfway through and then just waste the next half month. Yeah, I don't know. From what Zalgus told me, the Acro Doja, the elephants, they're not even a craft request, they're a battle request. Like, the fuck? They're all about alchemy. I was looking forward to craft one, so that's disappointing. And I don't know. I feel like it would be bad timing for me anyways to start grinding and binging Final Fantasy again, because there's a lot of preparations and a lot of plans to be had for this last month before I head out. It already happened, Ara. Oh, I see. Did it happen? I wasn't paying attention. It fully released? I didn't see any fanfare over its full release. I know it released in parts, but I didn't realize all the parts released already. Alright, I need to stop now. That's the end of the stream. Or the grinding portion, anyways. Let us review our items. We are ending off with so close to 100 million, but so far. And I only have 1 drink left, so I'm not going to be able to reach it anyways. God damn. Actually, I might be able to with my remaining stamina. But I'll call it quits from here. 98 million, 1 drink, 3 measures. I actually just fully used all the drinks, pretty much. So, I'm not hoarding for no reason like other people. If you're hoarding drinks, be sure you're actually using them. Otherwise, it's a huge waste. But yeah, that is it. Let us just pull out the thingy. And I will read the comments and close up the stream from there. Yes, there was Final Fantasy VII Remake. It happened in 2020. I thought it released in parts, and it wasn't fully released by then. Oh, thank you for the stream, Ara, and bye! Yeah, thank you for joining me, everyone. For those that are still grinding, Irby, good luck with that. You've only got a few more hours left before the end of everything. And then we will hopefully have a new semester again, so that'll be very exciting. I will see you guys in that discussion, most likely, for it. And I would say except congrats on all your coin, and goodbye. Oh, you're gonna stop too? Alright, well I hope I helped with the stream. Of course, this timing was all for you, RB. And I'm glad that you decided to join and were able to enjoy for a solid hour and a half. But yeah, goodbye, Jerbear, Vivid, Joe, and August, and Jonathan. I will go ahead and stop, what's it called, standing this. Bye.